Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? I'm looking at the wrong camera. Welcome back to another live stream in Minecraft. I was gonna say another Minecraft live stream, but we've done like a handful of them on this channel at most, and the last one was in October on Halloween as part of the Minecraft 2025 live stream, or Minecraft 2025 series, where we live streamed our exploration of an ancient underground city and died to a warden and then ran away from them for several hours, which, to be fair, was a great deal of fun. I enjoyed myself immensely, but hard to say that that counts as any sort of ongoing live stream efforts on our part. So we can't really call this another Minecraft live stream. It is a new one though, and let me switch cameras here real quick. We are starting to stream a little bit in the... Hold on, let me check something. Let me do that again. I see. Okay. Let me dismiss something here. For some reason, something is wrong over in OBS. Yeah, I just put this whole scene together, but we're going to stream a little bit in the Tekkit SMP world. I'm kind of hopeful that maybe by streaming, I'll get a little bit more desire to play, because when I recorded the last episode, which if you've watched episode 8, you'll know this already, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't really feeling it all that much. I was like, man, I don't want to be doing this right now, but I built a beautiful tower. I've got to say, I'm impressed with my own efforts when it comes to building that tower. I think that is a premier tower. It looks pretty decent. I'm pleased with it, pleased enough, I guess. But we want to do more and we want to do better today, so we're going to be live streaming. And I've got some goals. I do have some goals in mind. So real quick, let me do the not patented and not trademark Howdy Folks audio test to make sure that the microphone is working. Pleased enough, I guess. Yeah, I should have probably done that a little bit sooner. Looks like I've been rambling for the last, several minutes now before actually checking that. That's okay. Things are a little bit messed up for me. I've got my chats in 2 different places, but we are live on Twitch and on Kick and on YouTube on the Howdy Folks MC channel. Why is the background ticking like that? Is that normal? Is that how the sky normally work? Oh no, our frame rates have just plummeted. This happens in this mod pack. This is pretty common. It doesn't look like it's frozen, and in fact, my screen even says it's still going at 120 FPS, but for some reason, in Tekkit SMP, if you're in the sky and enough time passes, it slows to a crawl. We learned that when we were building the tower. You might have noticed in the second half of... I'm still talking to the wrong camera. Goodness me. Let me just change camera then. You may have noticed in the second half of Tekkit SMP that we did not have any problems with frame rates. And that's not because I just cut it out. It's because we weren't in the sky. And I think that specifically, for some reason, flying causes an issue in the game. And if you're not flying, you're okay. I don't know why, but we were flying around, but what I mean is we weren't suspended in the sky for long periods of time like we were when we were building the tower. So for whatever reason, things just kind of worked okay, and I don't know why that is. But it also doesn't matter, because what matters right now is that as soon as we get back on land there, we should be good. We've relogged, everything looks great. I've just realized the problem with putting my chat up there is that I can't actually read the names. Let me get my chat popped out. This is like severe elderly man problems. You know, this happens as you age. Your vision starts to fail you. Not much that can be done about it, I'm afraid. Let me just kind of shuffle everything around here. There we go. And I can see now that Neil Nick said hi. Hi, Neil Nick. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. So what are our plans? Well, we've got this big, beautiful tower, but unfortunately, there's nothing inside of it. And in fact, I don't really remember whether or not I was diligent enough to put down torches as we constructed it. So it is very possible that inside of this big, beautiful tower, there are a load of monsters. Now, I did light up the top here, so hopefully, if I just start digging in, yeah, because we need to have a way in and out of all of these floors if we're going to be working on them, and this should be the last one. It is not. It should be this one then, I guess. Yes and no, still not the last one. I guess I just didn't realize how big the tower that I myself built was. But there we go. This is where we're going to be building our epic base of operations. We're going to be filling it with all kinds of techity things. We're going to cover the top in solar panels. It's going to be really cool. It's just going to take a little bit of effort on our part, and we're not quite there yet. But something we talked about doing was having a beacon that goes from the base of the world all the way up and through this little bit of the mountain that's jutting out there, and then all the way up through the floating tower and into the sky. And in order to get a beacon, well, you know what we have to do. We're going to have to fight a wither. here, which means we've got to, we don't have to necessarily, I'm trying to remember now, we just have to go to the nether, right? No, we don't. What goes into it? Why am I thinking I need to go to the end? Because the plan today was go to the end and fight the dragon. What is a void beacon? I'll have to figure that out later. A sound beacon. Don't know what that is either. Yeah, we just have to. Oh, you know what? Yeah, no, we just got to go to the. What am I thinking of right now? We just have to go kill a bunch of wither skeletons, get their skulls. That's going to be a little bit of a process. I mean, we're definitely probably not getting that done today. Well, I tell you what. Why don't we focus then on trying to kill the end dragon? I think that could be a pretty good little experience. And there's some different things that I think I want in order to approach that task. So one of the ideas that I had was that we go in with some unique weaponry. Tekkit has a bunch of really cool mods for weapons that you don't normally get inside of the, is it Balkan? Let's see, is it Balk? I think it is Balkans. At Balkan's expansion. This adds a ton of cool weaponry, including, like, you can get things like a battle axe. That's pretty cool. You can get things like, well, okay, crossbows exist in vanilla Minecraft, but actually not in this version. Remember, this is an older version of Minecraft. It's 1.12. It's before they actually added crossbows. And this looks like a crazy crossbow right here. It doesn't actually, I mean, it might be very similar to the vanilla one in terms of output and power. I don't know, but it looks pretty neat, and I wouldn't mind having one. We also have the musket, and the musket is equipped with if you want to, a diamond knife, so that you can also, like, stab things with it, and that might be good to have. I don't know. What goes into actually building a musket? I'll tell you what. Let's say that's our goal. Let's say we want to build this musket, and then you're going to need musket round to go along with it, which doesn't have an EMC value, but paper, gunpowder, and iron does. And if I had to guess, I would say, have we ever built paper? Yes, we have. We definitely have iron. We only have 56,000 EMC, so we need to keep that in mind. And then gunpowder we do have as well, which means I think each of these, I think it said made, what is the actual orientation? Oh, that's a firework, obviously. Hold on, I'm not going to look it up again. I'm just going to keep moving things around. There we go until we get it. Each one makes 8, so we've got quite a few of these now. Too many, arguably. So I did, in between last episode and this episode, place down an alchemical chest just to store some of our excess. And I sorted through the alchemical bag here and put all of our useful objects in there, put everything else inside of here, as well as we do still have the white alchemical bag full of everything that we had during the move. And I guess I could have just gotten the chest from here. That probably would have made more sense. In fact, everything with an EMC value that is currently inside of here, that's our shield. We should we should probably have that. We should probably have a couple of repair talismans also, just in case. I don't know if we'll need them. But what I was going to say is we'll condense all of these things. We can get them back later if we need to. We might need a shield. I don't know. Do you think we'll need a shield to fight the Ender Dragon? Potentially. But what I do know is that we did not need repair talismans. Oh, you know what? We have a repair talisman. That's right. Well, I'm going to move them both inside of here anyway, because I think this is where we're likely to carry tools and weapons and things that might need to be repaired over time. Okay, so we managed to actually make the musket rounds. That's like step 1 in a multi-step process. Now we need to actually make the musket. And I say that we should probably go ahead and get some rest here for the evening. I didn't mean to type W there. Can I just go ahead and send that message to absolutely nobody? Send that W out into the void. So we need a stick and a diamond to create a diamond. Was it a knife? It looked like a knife. It might be a dagger, though. We're going to find out once we make it here, which I guess would probably be a pretty decent weapon. I'm assuming maybe it has a really fast attack speed, but less attack strength than a sword. I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like it necessarily recharges any faster. It might. It might do. Should we test it on this random crab? That I don't really want to kill this crab. I don't know how this crab got here, considering we are suspended in the air. I just came back at one point and it was there, and I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense at all for there to be a crab up here. Not just because of the height, but the climate as well. I don't really associate crabs with snowy mountaintops, but here we are and there is a crab, and what can you do about it at this point? I guess we'll just go ahead and leave it down there and not worry too much about it. And in addition to that, we're going to need to find ourselves a gun stock, which actually means we have to make it, regrettably. So a couple of sticks, and I'm assuming any kind of plank would actually work. We have cherry wood planks. Let's see if that's going to work for us. Yeah, get gun stock, and then the final piece is going to be 3 iron and a flint and steel. So iron, we already know we have plenty of, and it wouldn't shock me. We must have built a flint and steel at one point, because we've gone to the nether the one time that we went to the nether. So let's put those together. Actually, yeah, let's make the musket barrel, and then we'll make the gun stock with the musket barrel, in the correct orientation. There we go, to get the musket. Combine that with, and that's shapeless, so it looks like you can put these in any orientation. Get the musket with diamond bayonet. And then I'm guessing the way that this works, and I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead and grab a couple more of these, and we'll keep them inside of here. You know what? We have so much room on the go, we might as well keep them all with us, just in case things get dicey. Hold down right-click. Oh, dear. Okay, hold on. Hold down right-click. Does it fire immediately? Can I not keep it in there? I'm trying not to immediately shoot it. I don't think there's any way to... Do I just need to do that? There we go. You got to be very careful. But that's now loaded and ready to go. So if we go find something that we can fight... And actually, you know what? It'd probably be a lot faster if we just went deep underground, which we do already have a tunnel that leads straight into the dark depths of the earth. And there's likely to be... Actually, probably not all the way down here, because as dark as it is very well lit. That's just sort of an effect of being so far underground. But we found a natural cave system. Yeah, here we go. I was going to say we were very likely to hopefully find some monsters in here. I heard a zombie already, but let's... here we go. Well, that's cruel. I didn't see you there. These two looks like they're about to be duking it out with one another. So we'll focus on this guy. Well, actually, it kind of looks like there's a bit of a... There's a bit of a rumble underground down there that I don't know if I want to be involved in. I think I could just not do anything, and this will end pretty quick. I didn't even hit anything. My aim was poor. Hold on. Hold still, you. Oh, geez, there's more. All right, hold still. Did I hit anybody? I'm about to die, I'll tell you that. We're very low on health. That's something else that we're going to need before we head to fight the dragon, is we're going to need to build ourselves some armor. Is there no way to do this without it, like, immediately... I bet you it's the repair talisman. Let's get rid of the repair talisman for a second. Because I think as soon as you do this... No, it has nothing to do with the repair talisman. It's just, for some reason, very sensitive. I don't get why exactly, but you gotta let go as soon as the reload is done. Hold on, watch that green square down there. No, it immediately fires! Why does it immediately fire? It doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't it make more sense for, like, a different button to be the reload? We might be able to change this. Hold on. If we go to mod options and we look up the Balkans weapon expansion, we also have legacy mod. Config? Enable reload settings? Musket. Do we see anything in here about musket? Can throw spear. Cannon block. What? Damage? Dynamite block damage? Legacy cannon model? None of this is super helpful. I'm assuming that that's not where we want to be. It was the other one anyway. It was the expansion, right? Oh, geez. General settings? No. Should we just, like, not mess around in here and go to basic Minecraft? Ooh, that's not what we wanted to do. I guess we could put it on hard, but I think we've had it on normal this whole time. Let's go to controls, and we're going to try to find, like, musket? No, that's not it. Let's see. Reload? Load? Load toolbar? No. Balkan? No. I don't know if we're going to have much of a choice here. I think we might be stuck like this. I don't know why, but I think we might just be stuck like this. Okay. If I just keep holding it down, maybe this is what's intended. The fact that I was able earlier to actually get it to work properly, though, convinces me that this is not what's intended by the devs. But stop it. That's what I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to see. That's it. That's all we were looking for here. Now let me take this back off one more time. I want to make absolutely positive before I start pew-pewing the weapon and saying that it's no good. Look, if you let go, it fires immediately. And I don't want that. I want to be able to keep the shot loaded and ready to go. That's going to make it so much easier. It's going to make it such a better weapon. It is already quite a good weapon, even though it does take a while to load. Okay, hold still, you. Yeah, excellent. But if I could duck out of the way to get it loaded and not have to, like, line up the shot immediately, it'd be so much better. So I don't want to spend a lot of time down here with this thing. I do want to test real quick the bayonet feature, though, because we can, of course, poke people with it. That is the reason we have fixed a diamond tip to it. And it looks like that's about 3 hits on what I imagine was a fully restored to health zombie. Or I guess just at a full health to begin with. It is so dark down here. I apologize if you can't see anything on the stream. I can see, but kind of. I sort of don't want to put down lights, because we are using this as like a hunting expedition area right now. Okay, hold on. Yeah, how did I do it earlier where I managed to, like... You just got to be so careful. You got to get it, like, precision click in order to get that thing. So it's loaded right now. You can see it's got a green square around it. Hey, while we're down here, let's collect up some ores, right? Well, actually, we don't need to. We have so many ores that we haven't processed yet because we haven't unloaded everything from our old base. Oh, here we go. And you can see why you would want to have it ready to go like that. Maybe we'll get good at it. Maybe you just have to be good at it, and we're not yet, but we will be. Oh, heavens. Yep, nope. We want to avoid that. And then we want to just, like... No, I'm not going to get good at it, I don't think. Look, I'm wasting so many! Ugh! You gotta have, like, frame-perfect timing, tick-perfect timing to get this thing working. I am going to place down some torches right here by the ladder, at the very least. I think this is going to work. I think it might be a little frustrating, but we'll find out when we get to the end and we have to start doing pitched combat with the dragon, whether or not this was a horrific mistake. We'll find out. We've got plenty of rounds, so I'm not worried about wasting them. And then also, if we go ahead and, now that we've determined the repair talisman makes no difference at all, stick that back on there. And at least now we can be sure that it'll never actually break on us. So, yeah, I think it's going to be okay. Now we need to ask ourselves what we're willing to do about armor. Because right now, all we've got is bronze leggings and bronze boots. I didn't even get the Z out on the leggings, but I assure you there's an Z and an E at the end. It is present. This is full bronze. It's not brun. And I think that that's okay. But it's not enough armor, and we want to be a little bit safer. So let's have a look at... Maybe like a... What are our... That's not how you spell helmet. That's heal. Let's have a look at our helmet options and see what we got. The Predator helm. Praetor, even. Sorry, I just misread that. A Cult helm. I mean, that kind of goes along with... Well, the Helmet of Revealing. That sounds pretty cool. And a Void helm, which requires void metal ingots. Okay, there's a lot of cool stuff here. But let's have a look at something that we can actually build. Diamond is an option. You know what? What actually goes into the nano armor? Nano armor could be cool and fun. That's going to require carbon plating and an energy crystal. Energy crystal we can do. We can 100% do that. That's no big deal. But this is a little bit more complicated, isn't it? We're going to need to build a compressor, as well as we're going to need to build... Well, we already have a macerator. We could do this. If we wanted to have the armor before we go, I'll tell you what, we've got everything right inside of here, I'm pretty sure. I just have to put down the solar panel somewhere it can actually get solar power. We'll have to figure that out. But let's have a look inside of here at what we've got. It's inside the white one here. We do have a macerator, and we do have a compressor, and we do have a couple of different methods of getting power, even way up here in the air. So, and what about cables? Do we have a bunch of cables? I thought we would have. Did we make a mess? I don't think we ever actually made glass fiber cables. I think we were only ever using like the ultra low current ones for the water mill, and then copper for everything else. And that is fine for right now, but there's nothing stopping us from making the glass fiber cable, which is sort of like the best of the best cable. And if you're looking at EMC as your currency, this recipe will give you 2 additional ones, but it's also much more expensive because a single silver ingot is worth more than 1 or 2 or 4 redstone. So you could get, if you're looking at EMC as the currency of the world, this is your better bet right here. So glass, redstone, and diamonds. Let's grab a bit of redstone. We don't need to make a bunch of these. I'm gonna grab a stack of them, even though we don't need that many. I'm gonna grab not a stack of diamonds, because I doubt if we have enough EMC for a stack of them. We might be struggling with 2 here. We'll get some glass, and we desperately need to get some more EMC. I'm thinking in the very near future, we might find ourselves building some sort of farm for it, and a generator, a solar power flower situation. I'd be okay with that. I think it's about time. It is about time. So we're actually going to not even use these low current cables, because I think we have enough glass. Well, I don't know, actually. I don't know. We have them. We can use them. It doesn't hurt to use them. We also need to go ahead and get our bat box. And also, these are water mills. That is our windmill. So I don't even know what I was doing. We can't use the water mill up here. The water is too far away. We could build our own little water container, like maybe right underneath the base here if we really need to use them. But let's grab this, and we will place this out over here. We need to have it pretty far away so that nothing is interfering with it. So we'll do that, and then we'll just stick the windmill on top. Excellent. And then this is also far enough out that we could stick... I think this would blow it up, though, wouldn't it? I can't remember whether or not... Can you... I can't remember... This ultra-low current cable, will it? Well, nothing's going to blow up. It'll just singe the cable if that's too much voltage for it. So let's get back to sleep. And in the morning, when the sun is fully out and just generating full power, we'll see if it singes that cable out there. And it looks like we're good, but let's throw down this and connect it up. Yep, it singed the cable. Alrighty then. I kind of had a feeling that might end up happening, but that's okay. That was kind of funny. Let's grab copper cable, because it's cheap and plentiful and will get the job done. So that is not generating as much as I would like for it to. We might have placed it too close to this, honestly. But let's build this over here. We'll get this hooked up and we'll start generating power yet again. Lovely. And we're also going to go ahead and collect this too, because I don't want to leave it there. And I think it just fell. Do we need to go collect it? It's like a single copper cable. Did it fall? Did I collect it? Did it cease to exist? I'm baffled. I'm bewildered. I'm confused. I don't actually know what just happened there. We're not going to stress about it too much. I don't want to spend time worrying about things that I clearly have no control over. Where that went, we'll never know. That's fine. It's going to be pumping power into the bat box at a pretty steady rate. And then out of the bat box, we're going to want to get you turn that around. And we'll use now the glass fiber cables to hook up our two machines that we're going to be using today, the compressor and the macerator. I'll put the macerator here, I'll put the compressor here. It doesn't actually really matter one way or the other. We should have some upgrades for them as well, because we did build some upgrades. So we'll have our, yeah, right there, overclocker upgrades, and then our basic input and output, as well as a muffler upgrade, which is going to be pretty useful for the macerator in particular, because it's quite noisy. You can actually put these anywhere. I know these look like they are the import upgrades, but you don't have to use them there. I am going to use that there, and I am going to grab a couple more chests. Now, the only issue here is that the chest that we want is too expensive, right? Like an alchemical chest is rather pricey, so we're going to go with just these. And what I'm going to do is make sure that these are configured correctly. So I want this to pull items from the top, or pull items, it says up. So I want to pull items in there, and then I want it to export the items, and we'll use both of these, and you can set both of them at the same time to, okay, it says west. Is that north? I think that's the north, so that would make that west, which means we did, in fact, just do the correct thing. So we'll plop that inside of there. And then finally, we just need some coal. And all of this is to create the nano... Let's just pull up the carbon plating. Yeah, let's get carbon plating pulled up over there. In order to create that, we need to macerate down the coal. And you do that inside of the macerator. So we're going to start off... We have 52 coal, which is not a lot. But this process should be automated. And we're also going to put all of our speed upgrades in there. And this is going to run out... Ooh, we're not producing nearly enough power for that, which is unfortunate. However, we do have something else that we can use here. We have our geothermal generator, which I just tossed out on the ground. So we can plop that down, and we can use lava if we had any. I thought we had... Oh, we don't have enough EMC for lava. Oh, that's less than ideal, isn't it? Okay. Well, I have an idea. We'll go ahead and just get the coal back, and we'll use the coal to hopefully have enough EMC to get the lava bucket. We'll get a couple of those. This will be fine. This will be fine. Put that in there. That'll offset the power that we are getting from solar and wind. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to grab this bad boy. Can we... I guess we need to fly. We're going to try to pick that up and move it further up. See if we can't get it to produce more power if it has more wind, which hopefully it'll have more wind here. Let's find out. So far, not so good. It shows that it's not got any power. Oh, there it goes. I don't think that made absolutely no difference in it whatsoever. Did we ever end up building? I saw that we had the EU reader over here, but did we ever actually build it? I'm trying to remember now, because that was a while ago that we filmed the episode where we went and got what we needed for that. And if we did, in fact, build it, I don't see it here. It doesn't mean that we don't have one. It just means that looking around, I can't find it. It could also be right in front of me. I do this sometimes on occasion where a thing will be right in front of me within my view, and I just will not be able to see it, but I don't think that it's here, which is unfortunate. What is here is we do have some coal dust, so I'm going to go ahead and get that back out. Throw that in here. Look at us. Great success. So that is now full. This is out of coal dust. That is fine. We'll come back to that. And actually, no, hold on. Hold on just a second. Actually, yeah, no, hold on. Yeah, hold on. Wait. This is how we can get some more EMC. We don't have to go mining for it. We'll just go ahead and break that down and condense it all into EMC. This is a brilliant idea. Shout out to everyone who simultaneously had that idea. And we'll go ahead and throw that in there. Probably need to empty this thing out anyway. There's no reason for it to have it all inside of this container. But would this be useful? That could be useful. We should be carrying that around with us as well. Why do we have a raw duck? From whence did it came? We also have the one ring, and that's pretty cool. And I can't forget our Sharkmatic. I'm not saying we're taking that with us to fight the dragon. I just think it's worth noting that we do, in fact, have one. We have a regular generator if we wanted to use that to also offset some of the power needs. But I think we're better off just getting lava and putting that in there, because that seems to be doing most of the hard work. Let's create the EU meter. I don't think that we have one. We need 4 cables, an electronic circuit, so we'll need 10 cables total. I'm going to be really upset if I realize later that we do, in fact, have one. So we've got all the cables we need, a refined iron. I think I saw a few of those in here. A bit of redstone, which, yeah, we should be able to get our hands on. And that's everything we need for the core components. There we go. And then the glowstone, I think, is the last thing we'll need. It's right there waiting for us. Even if we already built one, we now have our EU reader, and we got a chief for it, so I guess it must be new. So we can use this to determine that this is outputting. Well, hold on. Let's check the thing below it. 1.17 EU per tick. Now, that could be complicated here by the fact that this is also outputting power to here, so this could be considered full. So we're not getting the full output from here. Also, you're going full bore. Let's actually run the meter on the device itself again. Let me double check. No. 1.71 out. What about this? 0 in and 0 out. I think what's happening right now is that this is providing enough power. Yeah, 11 out. That 12 out. I think it's doing all the hard work here. How much power is actually being pulled through this thing? 13 in, 13 out. Okay. So this and that together are producing just enough power for this machine. So if we actually want to increase the amount of power going through there, though, and actually maybe utilize everything, we can combine these together to get our 2 raw carbon. And then the 2 raw carbon are going to combine together to create a raw carbon mesh, which will then go... Didn't mean to do that. That'll then go inside of the compressor to get our first ever carbon plate, which is very exciting. But now this is drawing power, which means the amount of power going through the bat box ought to change, except it won't, because now this is finished processing, which is good, because that's quite a bit of EMC right there. Oh, we're in the money again, as they say. Let's also go ahead and break down some... I think I saw silver. Silver's got a pretty decent EMC value. So we'll get that going. But now this isn't going anymore. Okay, well, give me more coal. Things are getting convoluted out here. All right. A stack of coal, maybe, is quite expensive, but we've got what we need for it. So let's actually not do any more silver. As soon as it's done with that one, it should shift back over to the... Yep, there we go. I'm not sure still if we're going to have enough EMC, because the other thing that we need, if we have a look at our nano armor again, and by the way, there are many different flavors here. We've got like a nano suit goggles of revealing. That's a crazy hybrid that we're not worried about right now. We just want to get the nano suit, and that's what we're going to do. And that's going to require that we have an energy crystal. And the energy crystal is going to require a diamond. So we do have enough for the 4 diamonds we'll need. And then the redstone, the redstone here. Boom, also attainable. So there's all of those. We're going to need to charge the nano armor, I'm pretty sure. So let's get our static charge pad out. And I'm going to relocate this torch. Let's extend this out for however many machines we have. And then we're going to put the nano charger just like right here. Is that going to work? I think it actually has to be on top of the cable. So let's actually pick it back up and we'll plop it down right there, maybe? Yeah, so that'll start filling up. And then, you know what? We have it. So there's no reason not to go ahead and place it down, even if we're not going to use it. Let's just put down the generator. We'll put it here and say the generator is exclusively for topping this thing off. It will also feed to these machines, but it'll never feed into the bat box. By the way, we're out of lava. So let's grab some more lava. Lava cells are the way to go if you have access to them. They're a lot easier to work with. Let's also grab a bit of charcoal, which is the much better option. Do we not have charcoal? Really? What? How do we not have charcoal? I was going to say charcoal is the much better option to put in the generator, because if you have a look at charcoal, charcoal is only 32 EMC, but it has the same power output, I believe, as a piece of coal. So for half the price, you get the same amount of energy potential inside of a generator, but we don't have any. So let's place down the... Where is it? Canning machine, extractor, furnace. We'll plop down our furnace, and we will make our first piece of charcoal. I am shocked and surprised that it's possible we had charcoal earlier on. I know we did because we used it to make torches and things early on in the series, but it's possible we just never had any to condense, and now we do. And now we can use the charcoal to off-put the power needed to fill this up. And then we will take another nap. Goodness me, but the nights are sneaking up on us fast. We're burning through the daylight hours here. And if we have a look over here now, we can use our meter to determine that that is still not outputting any power. And that is outputting quite a bit more. So that is now outputting... Oh, it's outputting progressively less. Why is it outputting progressively less? It's down to 5 now. Maybe there was like a sudden gust of wind. I don't know what to tell you. Is this thing getting full sunlight? It's getting full sunlight. It's not putting it... Well, what? Why? Solar panel, why are you not working? What's going on here? What? What is going on? So neither of those are putting any power into here. That's very... I'm confused. So this is now trying to run entirely off of the generator over here that's supposed to be filling this thing up. This thing is filled up. But why are... Hold on, wait a minute. You're telling me that you're not producing any power either. You should be. Both of you should be outputting power to my battery box. Why are neither of you outputting power to my battery box? What? You're empty, obviously. So if we top this thing back off and we get it running again, that should fix our energy problems. And we should see that this thing has like a steady flow of in and out, 20 in, 13 out. But there's still nothing moving along this cable. Why? What? That doesn't make any sense. This is showing that it's got... Is there like a break in the line I'm not seeing? Am I confused? Am I bewildered? I am actually confused. We should see power traveling through here. It should be traveling into here and filling this thing up. Why is it not? Does it have something to do with the generator over here? Okay, the generator just stopped running. I'm going to take the charcoal out of it. That shouldn't have any impact on anything at all. Well, I'm just confused. This is something is broken. Let's break that and plop it back down and check again. No. Why aren't you running? What? Okay, well, you know what? It's fine. We've got the generator over here. It's working. I didn't mean to... I got to stop doing that. I got to get this out of the hot bar because this is going to get me into some hot water at some point. But we do have the generator, and it's going to offset the power needs there and on the machines. And we got this running to hopefully top this off. This is going to bother me that these aren't working. Should I maybe break and replace them is probably the more reasonable thing to do. Let me actually get this back in my hot bar now. Okay. Solar panel, right? Full power. Or it's full sunlight. No power produced. I'm bereft of any understanding. Because it's connected up to power. It's got sunlight. Clear view of the sky. I have no idea. You might say, well, maybe the sun was being blocked by that. That's not how it works. As long as this thing has a clear view of the sky directly above it, it should be okay. So I don't know why they're not working. I think it's got to be some kind of issue with the bat box, maybe. If I, like, reoriented the bat box. Interesting. Now it's working. But why is it working now? So that's not working still. That's not working, so all the power coming through there was going through there. But why, though? It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand what's happening. Whatever, I don't care. We're moving on. Job's getting done. Job's getting done out here, okay? Yeah, let's get some more coal. We desperately need some more coal, I assume. Not charcoal, but actual coal. And I think if you put charcoal into the macerator, if we have a look at our uses for that, and we find macerator up here. It's not even up here. I was going to say, I think if you macerate it, you get something other than what we're looking for, which is the coal dust. So I don't advise that you try that. It's not going to go the way you want it to. But we've got 6 more of these, and you can see why this is such a long and arduous process. It takes a while, but this is ready to go up here. We can start charging things up now. I was going to say our bat pack back here should be okay because we are wearing a solar helmet, but we're not standing underneath the open sky now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, we're standing underneath a giant tower, so we are not getting direct sunlight. But this should also top off. That should be topped off, so everything's good to go from that perspective. Generator's going to be off putting the power to recharge that. It's already done, actually. You know what I could do if I wanted to is we could just place a cable here, and that's going to put the generator also into the bat box. So it also creates this weird power loop where power comes out of the bat box to go into the bat box. I don't think we want to do that. I think the much more sensible thing to do would be to relocate the generator even. So I think we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll break this connection, and we'll stop being silly. We'll just put the generator, this device that produces a lot of heat, on top of another device that produces a lot of heat, that'll feed directly into the bat box, which is draining as we speak. Fill that with charcoal again. Have a look here. That's the wrong tool. Got to stop doing stuff like that. The solar panel is just not running. This up here is. This is now. It wasn't before, but it is now. The solar panel is not. For reasons beyond human reckoning. Should we just try relocating again? I know this doesn't really matter, because it doesn't really have anything to do with what we're doing here today, but it is kind of bothering me that it isn't working. Does it need to be plugged in from the side? How about now? I have no answers! I have no answers. I'm completely stumped on this one. I'm so bewildered as to why this isn't working. I'm so bewildered. Also, I just realized that my mouse doesn't work. That's great. No, there it goes. Okay, we're good. We're functioning again. So I don't know if you have any tips or tricks in the chat. Chat? Oh, there it is. Chat snapped back to where it was before. Okay, if you have any tips or tricks, if you have any ideas for why this might be the case, I would love to hear them. Let me pop chat back out and put it back where I had it. Come here, you. Go over here, please. Please snap into place and mean the world to me if you would. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Manually put you over there. And sort you by live chat newest. That is what we want to see. Okay. Howdy, folks. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's not working, and I'm going to have to try to figure that out later. But for the time being, we do now have enough coal dust coming in, that we've got enough output of raw carbon, that we should be able to build a part of our armor. So let's get rid of all of this redstone that we're holding on to, and let's decide what to build first. And I don't actually think that it matters what we build first. We do have enough, though, to do the helmet. What is the actual recipe for it, though? Because that's... Well, there's the boots. We could build the boots if we wanted to, but I kind of don't want to. Let's look up the nano armor again. I think I'm missing glass. Yeah, okay. So we actually need even less nano material than I thought, or even less carbon plating than I thought. We just need the 4 of those, glass, and our energy crystal to give us our nano helmet. And yeah, that's going to go in place of our solar helmet, cool as it is. We're not going to leave the solar helmet behind, and in fact, we're going to keep it on for right now. Well, no, let's put on the nano helmet, and let's go top things up here. We're going to get some more lava, and we'll fill that up too. We want to make sure we got plenty of power here to be getting on with. Can't you just, like, right-click on there with the bucket? Isn't that a possibility? Yeah. Oh, a much better way of filling that thing up. Much more efficient. Very cool. Very neat. Let's hop up here. And let's start charging up the... Oh, It can't. We actually need a higher tier of charging pad in order to charge the helmet. So what we have right now is the regular old static charge pad. I bet we're going to need either the crystallizer charge pad or the lapatronic charge pad. So that's all right. We can do that real quick. That's not going to be too problematic. And MFE is also not going to be too problematic. We will just need a little bit of gold. And we're going to need what we hopefully have inside of here, which is rubber. Was that double or quadruple insulated for the MFE? Double insulated. Let's get the MFE recipe. Well, we're going to pull this up and we're going to hit E on that. And then I think we'll just need a pressure plate as well. So we'll need more energy crystals, which is less than ideal. We're going to be running very low on EMC by the time this project is over with, but we're going to charge through. And yeah, there are other ways to charge this thing, but I'd rather just have the charge pad, which is why we're charging ahead with this idea. Oh, we could use double insulated copper cables, or bronze cables. I didn't realize that. Oh, but we'll need 4 of each. Oof. Well, we have that, and it would save us from having to make the gold ones. So I think we might go ahead and do that. But let's get that recipe pulled up first. Produce another 4 of these, and it is very frustrating if they don't stack. But you can actually use them outside of... Hold on, wait a minute. This is actually... Yeah, they need to be double insulated. You can use them outside of actually using them as a material. You can actually use them for tasks in your inventory, so I can understand why it might be a little broken if you could use them otherwise. Can I not turn an already insulated cable into a double? It certainly doesn't seem like it. Well, at that point, we might as well just go ahead and make the gold ones, because it's not asking for a whole lot here. Do I not have... Oh, yeah, no, we truly have just nothing left. We're truly so broke now that we've got nothing left to give. I think we're going to go ahead and have to actually start processing this silver ore just so we can get ourselves some EMC. So give me that. Give me that. We do have some silver dust. That's our salvation right now. We've got a little bit of silver dust. Enough to get us... We've got a single gold ore here. Ain't that lovely? Ain't that just the loveliest thing? Instead of sleeping again, let's get this thing queued up for success. It's doing well. This is full. Let's take out some things that have a lot of EMC value. I think that iron might have more than copper and tin. I might be misremembering. We're going to get out all of our iron. We're going to stick that inside of here so that when it's done with the silver... hopefully, I'm going to let it finish processing what else it's processing here, though. Well, we're going to let it continue its task. And we're also going to go ahead and leave this behind to continue. Where did I just... Where did they go? I know they went into my inventory somewhere, did they not? Right there. The raw carbon mesh. And then I'm also going to leave behind all of these. And then we're going to go underground and we're going to go just try to find jewels. That's what this expedition is. This is a jewels expedition with one goal. Find something, anything of worth or value that we can haul back up to the surface, find it as quick as possible so that we can just have EMC and continue on. Oh my gosh, is that... Did you spawn here? Did you come from up above? How did you survive the fall if that's the case? I highly doubt you came from up above. Electro... What do you do? Do you have a value? You have a value. You were worth collecting. I don't regret my decision. Let's take that right back out of there and not do that by accident again. We're going to start clearing things out here and just hope that we find something good. Also, make sure we're placing down torches as we go. So redstone's not the worst thing in the world to find. We can definitely collect that. I'm looking for things that'll just have a value as we collect them. Not things that'll need to be processed. So we can just have like access to instant cash, more or less. So redstone definitely fits that mark. Take as much of that as we can get, and I'm going to leave a torch behind. Let's reshuffle the inventory. We're definitely going to run out of space here very quickly at this pace if I keep this up. Gold has a value after you extract it. I was kind of hoping we would just find diamonds, and you know what? We do have a method for that. If we go ahead and get out the divining rod, we can use that. Just crank that bad boy up to... We'll do 16 mode. Show me diamonds. Nope, no diamonds. None there either. Boom. Okay, there's diamonds in that direction. I don't know how far. There they are. There we go. That's what we're after right there. We're probably going to run out of room in our inventory. In fact, we ran out of room in inventory for the diamonds, which is upsetting. There we go. I was going to say, we'll just stick something in our offhand, and we'll get by. You know what else we could do? Is we do have this bag that we can just throw things in. So we'll just get rid of that. And also, if you know what, we should probably go ahead and get the other bag as well that I just threw on the ground. You know what? Just put all that in there too. There we go. Okay, we should be able to hold everything. I don't know why I put that in my offhand instead of the shield. That makes way more sense. Diamonds are probably all we need. I think that with diamonds, when we go back up to the surface, we should be able to build what we need to build. We only needed, I think, 2 more gold, and we've got enough for... How many diamonds did we collect? We got 8 diamonds. I'm not saying we're in the money. I am saying that we're good for right now. We're going to be able to get by. Oh, by the way, here's Kaya. In case you were wondering how she was after we got her from Hassan Porker over there. Kaya is doing great. She's living her best life up here. She's friends with this dog, this crab, presumably. I don't know. They hang out together, so hopefully they're friends. Let's get rid of all of the cobblestone. Get rid of all... Oh, yeah, okay, we're back in the money. We're back in the money for the time being. For the time being. It's all going to go downhill again in the future. But also look at all that's been processed. So, yeah, things are looking up here. Things are looking up for sure. Get rid of all that silver. Get rid of all that electrite or whatever it was. And then we'll go ahead and get these things back out. So a birch chest has an EMC value. We can condense that. We'll condense all of this cobblestone. I'm trying to look here. I'm trying to see if I see anything else condensable. And I don't. So get rid of the cobblestone. Leave. I need to get some of the ores out of there. There was ores in there that shouldn't be in there. But we'll kind of toss some things in here for the time being. Actually, go ahead and process all of this iron. We don't need all this iron lying around. It's kind of silly, actually, that we have so much iron lying around. Okay, so we needed gold. And that is all the gold that we needed. Now we can make ourselves these gold cables. Get all this. And we just need to double insulate those now, which we can do like so. And we need at least 4 of them. Correct for the MFE? I think that's all we needed. So we'll also go ahead and move these over here, because they're just taking up space. And that is less than ideal. And then we need our machine block, which we don't have, which actually is going to require some double-cooked iron. So what we can do is we can just get the iron. We don't have to go through the process of cooking it. We just put the iron in there, and for the same EMC value, pull out some more iron. And I'll tell you what, I'm actually going to get a bit more iron. I'm going to go all the way up to 16. Nice quarter stack there. And that way, if we need more in the future, we'll have enough for 2 of these. You know, we already have 3 refined iron, but we need more refined iron. There may have been a machine block inside of here. I also did not mean to take a screenshot just then. That's going to be a funny one to find later in the game's files, and I'll have no idea where it came from or why it's there. But also, we should take a look at how much further we can get on the rest of the armor. So how many nano plates do we have? We've got 11 nano plates. So the next step is going to be, let's go for the big piece. Let's go for the big piece here. Let's get the body, and then we have enough left for the boots. So we have not actually even finished with our armor. We need more. Goodbye to those 2 pieces. And also the battery pack's going away, which is a shame. But we're going to hold on to it. The battery pack is going to be something we keep on us in case we run out of juice when we're out and about in the world. We're going to want to have more of that. So we got the 4 of those for the MFE. 1 more for our final piece of armor. We're almost there. We could also make the nano saber, if not for the fact that we just don't really, frankly, we don't need it. And I guess we're also not going to get all we need if I don't put more coal in here. I just realized that I probably should put some more coal in here. So let's swap that out. Excuse me. There we go. And then you can continue that later on. So that's still going. That's still going. That's still full. That's good to see. Let's sleep. Maybe we'll do a sleep cycle. Sun will come up. Solar panels start working again. Probably not. Really don't need it. Everything seems to be working just fine. But that's going. Compressor is not, because we don't have anything for it. Where did we get raw silicone? Did we get that when we were down there in the mines? I guess we probably did. Do we have armor stands? I think we should have armor stands. Yeah. It'd be cool to have an armor stand to display all of our old armors on. Although now, having said that out loud, having actually stated that fact out loud, I don't know if that would actually be cool. I don't know what function it would serve. But let's give it a shot. We can get some sticks. And does an armor stand have an EMC value? It definitely seems like it should, and it does. Okay. So we've got an armor stand, even though one of the key components does not have an EMC value. We can make more of those if we need to. I'll plop it down right there. Oh, look, it's got arms. Take notes, vanilla Minecraft. Vanilla Java Minecraft. You just can't get your game on out here, man. Did I put that on by mistake? That's silly. There we go. That's lovely. Should we also go ahead and give it the shark weapon that we had? Let's give it the Sharkmatic. Yeah. Lovely. And you know what? We'll probably never actually need or use this shield. We'll keep it. Well, we can make a better one. Isn't there even like a nano... I might be wrong about this. I thought there is a nano shield. And it requires a plated shield, which we don't have. So we're not going to worry about that right now. But a regular shield might come in handy still. We can do interesting and useful things with it. But as that continues to process, we can condense down a couple more of these. What is the final thing that we need? The leggings, I guess? So we need 6 plate, and we have... Well, none right now. Yeah, so we're a little ways off. I guess I should have been more diligent about making sure we were cooking up coal. Should we just make sure that we have enough no matter what? Should we just, like, make some extras? What if we do want to make the shield later anyway? We can go ahead and throw these in there to top it off and throw these up here. And it'll pull that in kind of as it goes. But this is going to be a little bit of a waiting game. A part of me wants to go back underground and continue exploring. But I know we have no business doing that right now. There's just nothing to be gained from it. Oh, I forgot what we were doing. I completely forgot about... Yeah, okay, no, yeah, we've got all that we needed. We do have all of these. So we should be able to now create the machine block, the MFE, and then I completely forgot what else was needed for this charge pad. We got very distracted. So we need a couple of electronic circuit. Oh, look at that. We got another achievement, storage upgrade. Yeah, I guess we haven't had an MFE. So this will use medium voltage, and if we actually place it down, we can pump low voltage into it, but the power coming out will be medium voltage, and if we don't have transformers in place or transformer upgrades, it will blow up our machines. So something to be mindful of, but we're not going to stress about that at the moment. We're going to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be finding everything that I have now scattered to the four winds and getting it back in my inventory. What did I do with all my copper cables? There they are. I've got some uninsulated ones. I shouldn't. That's not going to benefit me any. We're insulating the uninsulated copper cables. It's happening. There you go. 39 of them. And then we have more of these. Then we have the redstone. We actually have everything we need now to create 2 of these. Should we make 2 extras just in case we need more in the future? And then finally, a stone pressure plate is the only thing standing between us and knowledge. Knowledge of whether or not what we're trying to do is even doable with the thing we're trying to do it with. Can we actually charge up nano armor with the crystallized, or with the crystallizer charge pad? Because we don't actually know. We know we need a better one than what we got, but we might need a better one than this even. So I'm going to plop it down right here. It's going to start sucking up power from over here, you know, much like everything else around here. And while that's going, let's create some more of these. And so we've got 2 of those. We'll have 5 when that's done. Oof, we still need 1 more. We still need 1 more. That's okay. It's going. It's going. It's going to get there. We just need 8 of them. 8 of them, and then let's find out. So we stand on this, and it should pretty quickly and easily... Oh, that's on. And we're good. Okay, we're charging our nano armor. The only problem is it's going to require a lot of power. So let's verify that's got plenty of juice. That's running low. We'll grab some more charcoal. Snow is going to have an impact on at least the solar panel, but I don't know about the windmill up here. I guess we could check. It's actually in the rain right now. I think storms produce more power. Let's see. Let's see if that's the case. 2 in, 2 out. Okay. And then what about you? It's still not producing power. It is raining / snowing. And also, this is going to limit the amount of output we can get, although I do see that it is draining faster than it is filling up, which is good. I was going to say we could do a bypass. We could run another cable along here, like back around outside the facility and into there, and get power directly to here. Or we could just actually do the same thing by putting a cable right here like we had before. And that would, once again, allow us to bypass the power coming from here and over there, go directly into the machines, and we don't have to worry about the limited output of the bat box. But it looks like the bat box is outputting power faster than it is being produced, which is what we want to see, because we want to see this slowly fill up. And in fact, we want to see it fill up much more quickly. So what was I even getting at there? Oh, that means that we're not producing more power than we're capable of extracting, which is what I was hoping for. So how are you doing? 16? Perfect. Okay, we're gonna try to do some multitasking here. I'm gonna stand on this thing while I make that, and while I make that, and that'll give us... that's not what I meant to do. It's a good thing that's not something we need to worry about having blow up. That's a good thing right there, that was not a disaster. Let's go ahead and grab it. We're probably wasting our time charging up everything right now, and we got to come back over here and stand on this thing anyway in order to charge up the pants once they're done. But actually, now that I think about it, The pants will charge up a lot faster if we charge all of this up right now. And then when we come back, instead of having to charge up 4 things simultaneously, the 3 of these will already be charged. What just did that to me? Was that you, Crab? I thought we were friends. I thought you and I got along. I thought we were partners in this. I'm letting you live inside of my abandoned floating castle in the sky. And you do me such you do me dirty like that, Crab. You do me dirty like that. Unbelievable. Absolutely uncalled for aggression from the Crab. But we get some nano suit leggings. I'm on board with this. I like this a lot. There we go. Okay, everything is topping off. Everything is looking good. Now it's just a waiting game. And this might be a bit of an exaggerated waiting game, because I think this is going to take a while. I want to make sure that when we go to fight the dragon, we're ready to go. We're basically... we're not going to be indestructible, even in quantum armor. There is armor in the game that is indestructible, if we have a look at helmets. Let me introduce you to a gem armor, which is very similar to red matter armor, except it's also loaded with gems and has superpowers. You got night vision in this thing. Left control plus B will let you see in the dark, which is very cool. I like the concept a lot. I'll be right back. We're going to let this go in charge. I'm going to run to the restroom and top off my drink, and I will see you in a moment. Let's see if this button to go right back, be right back works. Well, I've got perfect timing. It sounds like something just ran out of power. What's going on over here? Did we run out of lava? We did indeed. Unfortunate. I was kind of hoping, like, I knew I wouldn't be gone for long, but a part of me really wanted to come back over here. Oh, it's not going to auto replace because there's no room in the inventory. Hello? Why are you not doing it now? There we go. So now it should. If we have... Yeah, there we go. Get that topped back off. Well, not completely, but pretty close enough to. Toss all that in there. That should start filling up again slowly, I suppose. And hopefully soon. I think we're done. I think we're done here with everything except for... How did the snow even... Oh, that's how the snow got there. It came all the way down from up above. Okay. Well, What else do we need here? I guess I was hoping I'd come back and all this would be charged, but that's not going to be the case, sadly. It is charging up a lot faster now just because there was probably a lot of stored energy inside of here, and now there is not, sadly. But I think that's all we need, except for we have to find the entrance to the end. We don't know where that is. So we... Oh... Now I remember why we have to go to the Nether if we're going to go to the end. Although I still don't know why we're going to the end in order to defeat the Wither. That shouldn't be necessary. But we do have to go to the Nether because we need to have blaze rods so we can get blaze powder so we can make Eyes of Ender out of Ender Pearls, and we don't have any blaze related objects. So we've got to build ourselves a portal. I was thinking about putting it over here, just making a real big one. Right? That seems like it could be fun. That seems like it could be a good time. Actually, yeah, it's not going to be that much bigger than a regular portal unless we break these pieces here and we extend it out just like a little bit more. So that is 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great big portal. The corners aren't really necessary, but we have what we need for it, so we might as well. I like making big old portals. I think that's a good time. Let's light this puppy up, if we may. Place that over to the side there. And we'll get ourselves a flint and steel. Strike it up! Oh, exciting stuff. We'll leave the flint and steel behind. No, we'll take it with us. I take back the stupid thing I was about to say, which is that we'll leave the flint and steel behind. We don't want to get stranded there. Unfortunately, all of this is going to stop running because we haven't built an anchor yet to keep the world running while we're gone. A portal anchor is not what I meant. Maybe a loader? I can never remember what it is in this pack. There we go. The standard world spike. I don't know why it's depicted here inside of a chest. I don't think we need that. There's also a personal one. I don't think it matters. We could build that real quick. You have to fuel it up somehow. That would keep all of this loaded while we're in the Nether, which means that all of the machines would keep running and this would keep filling up. I think that's going to be worth it. I think we should go ahead and do that just so we can be sure when we come back that everything should be finished processing. So it's just, what, a couple of pieces of gold, a bit of obsidian, and then the final thing that we needed was an ender pearl, which we do thankfully have some of. I like that it's animated. That's pretty cool. So did I not, I see. I did not get enough gold. That's okay. That's a resolvable situation. You just have to get more, and the situation is solved. So we're going to place this thing down. I think putting it, like, literally right there would be just fine. It's close enough to everything. And then in terms of how to fuel it, I don't remember what it takes, but I do seem to remember that it will take ender pearls, which are very expensive. Will it take other things? Let's look it up real quick. No reason why we can't. Let's have a look at the standard world spike fuels. I know ender pearls are one of them. Consumed every 12 hours. I'm assuming real life or in-game? I don't know. Obsidian, diamonds, or gold. If you have railcraft, you can use things like coal, coke, charcoal, scrap. I wonder if it matters what you put in there, how much longer it'll stay loaded. I'm on the wiki now, and I'm looking at it. And yeah, you get your standard, your passive, your personal, and your points, which are pretty cool. There's no mention of fuel, though. I'm trying to figure that out next. No mention on this wiki page. Let's just try charcoal. And let's see if it tells us how long it'll stay loaded. If we put, like, yeah, it should. It says hours right there. It will not take the charcoal. It doesn't like the charcoal. It doesn't like the charcoal one bit. It's not gonna take. It's not gonna happen. Well, okay, that's fine. We'll get the ender pearl. We'll get that out. It's expensive, but that's okay. It will not take that either. I've been misled yet again. But did you say ender pearl specifically? Yeah, I've been misled. As tends to happen. May require fuel depending on config settings. Well, what mod is this thing from? It's from Railcraft. We can actually potentially go view those settings. If we just go to Railcraft and we go to config. Oh, buddy. World spikes. Okay. Interact with pipes. True. Fuel? Dust, dust, dust. Some kind of dust is required, but I'm not sure what kind based on this. You know what? I think I remember that from Tekkit 2, though. I think I remember there being some kind of blue dust. Maybe that right there. No. Maybe that right there. No. Once we find it, I'll tell you for sure whether or not, because I might just be crazy, but I remember there being, it's pulsating dust. That's what we need. How do we make it? I'm almost positive that it's, no, that's from forestry though. No, but there was, I'm trying to remember my own YouTube video now where we built one of these things and we had to put some kind of dust in there to power it. And I could go back and check. It looked like it had an item. Okay, you know what? I could just Google this. Let's see. Tekkit 2 is pretty much the same as Tekkit SMP. World Spike Fuel. How to use World Spike, r/Tekkit. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. Regular chunk loader. Chicken chunk. No. What version are you playing? Void powder. Oh, so not pulsating powder, but void powder. Okay, so I was completely wrong when I said with absolute confidence that that was it. That's void powder right there. That requires ender powder, coal powder, and obsidian dust. Coal dust, obsidian dust, ender powder. Do you have any of that? Yeah, you have some of that. Okay. Well, also go ahead and grind that up, I guess, if you don't mind. Are you? Oh, you're in the middle of doing something else. Please stop. There you go. Do that instead. And then we'll have our coal dust. We'll have what I'm assuming is our ender powders. That's how that works. And then obsidian dust. Didn't we make some of that before? It's possible we did. And we already have some somewhere that I just don't see. But also we can make more. We have obsidian in our inventory right now. So let's do this number again. Let's just get the one of them because we don't want to go crazy. There we go. All right. Sort all that back out. Now we just wait patiently, like good young lads. At this point, this thing's going to be full before we ever actually get a chance to go to the Nether. It's taking so long. Okay, here we go. We got our void powder, and then we're going to put one of these inside of here, and that'll get 1 hour. Go ahead and put the other two in there. So that'll give us 3 hours of runtime. We're not going to be in the Nether that long, but we are going to go on an adventure to the end. So we're going to stand on this, and the goal right now is to, let's put all of these things away. We don't need them on our person right now. We'll need them, for sure, for safety's sake, but we don't need them on our person at this exact moment. We definitely don't need to be bringing that around with us. Crystal Wing won't even work in the Nether, so definitely don't want to accidentally use that. But we'll drain this to quickly get as close as we can to topping all of this off. And then once this is empty, we'll leave. Because of the world spike, it'll continue running even when we're in the Nether, and then we come back, there will be even more power, and then hopefully we can fully fill our armor, and then we can finally go and try to find the portal to the end, fight the dragon. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be great. And yeah, that's the plan right now. We'll get an egg as well. Love the egg. Gotta get the egg. Gotta catch them all. Very close. Very, very close. And there we go. Okay. So that actually got the armor pretty far along. I'm going to top everything back up before we go. So let's get some more charcoal as well as some more lava. But let's not go crazy with the lava this time. That ought to be plenty. So we should be able to do that. And then for some reason that triggers this to begin the automated process. Lovely. That's full. That's topped off. I don't need to bring this with me, this with me, this with me. We probably need those. Those are probably going to be useful. Do not need these. Okay, and you know what? Let's top this thing back off. Oh, no. Oh, dear. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's leave behind 6 diamonds worth of EMC. So there we go. That's going to do us for now. We'll be fine. Do we have any other... Yeah, we have tin. We do have copper. And we do have silver. These are all things that can be converted for EMC, as well as all of this iron that's already in here that can also be converted for a bunch of EMC. We'll get that thing filled up again in the future. We should probably make this look a little cooler as well. But through the portal we go. We've never been to the Nether. It's so hard to do. That's so hard to do. We have been to the Nether, but we haven't been to the Nether here. Our previous Nether portal is elsewhere, which actually what we just did was we created what should prove to be a handy shortcut. If we can figure out where that other portal is located, it's going to be to the south of here, right? Presumably. So if this is oriented the same as the one we just came through, can we just check the map? We don't really have our mini-map, but we should have a portal around here somewhere that would take us back to our old base. Not that we really want to go there. I'm pretty sure we left that portal going inside. Should we create a marker here so that we can't get lost? I think we should. New waypoint. Home. We're going to make it sort of like that traditional Nether color. Not quite there. Not quite there. Also, another color, wouldn't that be more like... I meant portal, something along those lines, but like slightly more purple. Yeah, let's not get carried away with it. That's close enough. Home. Okay, so we shouldn't be able to get lost here now. And we should be able to fly over here. Oh boy. Look at this. That's pleasant. Can we touch it? We can, but should we? Do we want to? Probably not. Should we bring up the mini-map? I'm thinking the mini-map would be helpful right now. Oh, yeah, look at this. Okay, this is fun. This is a great time. Oh, baby. You're in for it now, pal. You're in for it now. Well, you would be if I could aim. You're exactly what I was looking for. You have no idea. Oh, buddy, I feel overpowered here. The exact timing necessary to get that to work. I know I keep complaining about it, but it really is something. So we really only needed the one of these. Good gosh. It's like it's so precise. It's so tricky. There's also a blunderbuss we can make, which is essentially a shotgun. And I'm thinking we should have that. I don't know if there's a benefit to holding it down versus just right-clicking it. I wonder. So that's what we're here for, is the blaze rod, and we have it. Are you just like a regular magma, but with a funny texture? Okay, let's see if we can't get this down. We can't do it because we're taking damage, which is very annoying. Apparently, if you are on fire, you cannot reload this thing, which is going to be problematic. You know what? We're probably not going to use this weapon much after we're done fighting the dragon with it. That's unfortunate that all of that just fell in there, forever to be lost. I wanted to try our luck at trying to locate a wither skeleton and taking them out and just seeing what we get from them. But I'm not seeing any spawning here. It'd be epic if our first one dropped a skull, even though that's typically not what happens. Also, I think we can get a sort of beheading spell or a, enchantment. Yeah, no, things aren't well right now. We're okay. It's all right. Like, yeah, we're burning, and we're low on health, but we're okay. Why our nano suit's not doing a lot of good for us here, is it, when it comes to fire? That's all right. That's fine. Let's see if we can't kill this fire wolf. What is this thing? We absolutely can, and it just dropped its leather into the depths. Oh, this guy somehow... Oh, jeez. Okay. We've got what we came for. We don't need to linger here any longer. We can go. I think the longer we're here, the closer we are to some sort of horrific mistake that leads to tragedy, and I wish that there was a way to load this. Am I just really dumb? Is there no other way to load this thing? Should I look it up? This seems like the sort of thing that people would have asked about on a wiki or a Reddit at some point. I'm going to look it up right now. Balkan weapons. Musket. Get out of the portal. Where the heck are we? What? But it's so far away. That doesn't make any sense at all that it would lead us back to here. That doesn't make any sense at all because it's so far away. Well, what if I disable it? Is that going to do it for us? Will that make sure this never happens again? Can I disable it? You can't mine up obsidian, can you? We'll have to fly back home. That's let's see, musket firing on reload and see if anyone else has ever Googled this phrase before and see if we can't find... You can't fire during the reload animation itself, but you quickly switch the weapon to perform other act. No. I'm trying to figure out how to reload it, though, is what I'm trying to figure out. Weapon suggestions on... No. We don't need suggestions either. I just need to know how to reload it. Holding right will reload it, and when loaded, holding right mouse button increases aim. I don't need to do that. I don't need to increase aim. I just need to relocate. I just need to reload it. Oh, it's loaded right now, so that was a mistake. What if I, like, start the... No. I was saying, like, could I start the reload? It's just so frustrating. Why is it the same button? It's next to impossible. Not impossible, but next to. All right, we made it back home. This thing is still running. It's got another 0.883 hours. We're gonna leave one of those in there. We're gonna hold on to one of these for later, and then we're gonna load that in there, and then we're gonna turn this one into dusts. We're gonna load that in there, and then I don't think that you can make an infinite amount of these. Regrettably, these ender Let's see, Ender Pearls. We're trying to make Eyes of Ender. I don't think they have an EMC value. No, they do. Okay, I just made that up, I guess. Well, then, let's get a... Well, a stack of them is probably ridiculous. Maybe just like a clean 32. Clean 32 ought to be plenty. Take all of these out of here. Anything that doesn't have a value gets tossed in here. Anything that's got a value gets tossed in here. And then we top this back up with literally all of our EMC. Should we bring a bed in case we die? No, we're just going to commit ourselves not to die, is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and say right now, we're gonna make a commitment here that we're going to survive this endeavor. Come what may, we're going to survive. So dying is not an option once we get to the end and we start fighting the dragon. We have to win it, okay? So we're all locked in on that. We all agree on that. That's our position. And now we just have to find this place. So go. There we go. So it was like in this direction. I see something down here I wanted to go look at anyway, which looks like a meteorite or some such. Also, I hope there's not sharks in the vicinity. I just saw 2 sharks down there a little ways off. Let's do a quick search around. They're not near me. Let's see if we can't get into this thing. This is sort of like a cheaty way to do it, where we don't have to be able to dig underground. Oh, yeah. And what's going on inside of here? Abyssal stone? Ooh, okay, so we are inside of the darn thing now. Let's place down a torch so we can see what's going on. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, I mean, not what I was anticipating, but dark emeralds sounds like a great find, as well as some dark lapis. That's a good find. Random flowers. That's a good find. I was hoping for something else, but this is okay. That was blue a sprout, by the way, in case you were wondering. Cool. So this is just a thing at the bottom of the ocean we found with a couple of little knickknacks in there. And here's the party of sharks, the school of sharks even. Hope they're getting a good education. Because a group of fish is often called a school for some reason. I don't know if sharks count as schools. They are fish. So I'm assuming they're like, what else would you call them? A family unit of sharks? Come back to me. Thank you. So we need to keep going in this direction. That hasn't changed. I'm sort of hoping wherever we find it, it's not under the ocean. So we're going to check again once we get back over land. And the cool thing about having the destruction catalyst is we can just zoom right on down to it. We don't have to goof off or anything. Yep, still heading in this direction. This certainly beats the experience of trying to find this in my vanilla series last year, Minecraft 2025. Although that made for like a better adventure because we couldn't fly and we had to like dig tunnels and things. So that was nice. Like I liked that. Where did the thing go when it fell? Oh, there you are. Like that was cool and fun, and I wouldn't trade that experience for the world, naturally. But boy, howdy, this is a lot faster. We're zooming across the landscape, and the only thing that could possibly go wrong here is that we find a place we would rather live in. We find a place that we look at and think, man, floating tower or not, this would be a cooler place to live. Goodness, we're on a bit of a journey. I don't think this is going to be like Tekkit 2. If you watched my Tekkit 2 series, we ended up finding the place right next to where we built our house. Now, granted, we did not build our house near spawn. We went on a big journey before we found the place we wanted to live in. Even so, yeah, look at this valley. Look at this valley. This tucked away little valley here with all the little animals, little birds flying around. An incredible series could have been made here. There's an alternate timeline where we decided to do our Let's Play there, and it was better. It was just objectively better. We're not living in that timeline, I'm sorry to say. So we're going to continue on this direction and see what we can't find. Hopefully we're getting closer. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's new and different. That's new and different. It looks like it kind of went straight this direction. I don't know if it is possible we might see some evidence of it above ground. Sometimes that happens, but not typically. Oh. Okay. So it's like right along in here. There is actually a tunnel here. What is this? You don't think that... I mean, this is the first thing I'm going to think to check, right? If I find a tunnel into the ground. It's unlikely it's going to lead right into the facility. But you can't not inspect this. and see where it might lead. It leads to a creeper, unfortunately. Yeah. Come on now. I'm wondering if the shield is maybe playing a role in it. We didn't have the shield earlier when we first constructed it, did we? Oh dear. Oh heavens. That's another thing. I can't just use it quickly. I gotta take a second. We'll try unequipping the shield and testing it in just a second here. Because it doesn't really make sense to have the shield, does it? Okay, this just leads back out to over here. Oh, this is not the outside. Ooh. I like this stuff. I heard a witch, and I see the witch now. Well, that's unfortunate that that happened, because the crystal's there. It does go immediately into loading, and by the way, the witch is sturdy. The witch is sturdy. She ate... Is she, like, blocking these somehow? What are there objects in the way? No, she's just like eating this stuff, man. She's eating it for breakfast. Just giving herself some kind of healing powers. Okay, I think I'm just getting better at the timing. Okay. She's clearly like just swallowing loads of healing. Oh, potions is what I was going to say. Oh, I've walked into something back there I should not have walked into. Let's go back to the surface if we can find it. Let's fly back out of here. Where was the entrance to this place? Well, we'll check on the surface whether or not we're even close to where we need to be. Surface, where'd you go? Surface, hello? Oh gosh, I think we might be lost down here forever. I don't know how we got down here, and I don't know how to get back out either. You know what? Let me show you how we get back out. There we go. Alright. Point me in a direction. No, probably shouldn't have done that right next to a tree. Oh, there it is. Did it drop? Or did it, like, go? It might have just gone straight down. Let's see. What? Where are they going? Oh, there's that one. Is this where we need to be? I'm thinking this is where we need to be. Okay. You've made your point. I think one of them might have sizzled out of existence. But... straight down from here, I'm guessing? I think we might have been on the right track with this passageway. Oh, looky here. Oh, looky here. Looky what I spy with my greedy little eyes. I'm on the hunt now for the portal. Where is it? I hear lava. That's going to be the portal room. Where was that? That was like up here in this direction. It would be great if we just walked right into it, wouldn't it? This is going to be an expedition, though. I already know it's going to be an expedition. We could just start tearing through this place. We're under no obligation to abide by its rules. Watch this. Yeah, we don't abide by your rules. Well, that was also supposed to break, but I understand why it didn't. No rule abiding here. I hear zombies also. I think we're getting progressively... Is this 2 doors? I think it was. I think it was back-to-back doors or something there. Maybe not. I think we're getting progressively further away from where we need to be, though. Because we definitely heard the sounds of lava when we were back over here. So what might that be? Oh, here we go. Oh, heavens. Hello there, gentlemen. Pardon, sir. Might you be, willing to die? I couldn't think of anything clever or funny. I could think of absolutely nothing. My brain just went blank. I was just looking at a creeper and freaking out a little bit. Yeah, that's not what you want to see, you know? That's not what you want to see when you open a door. It's just a creeper waiting for you. We're getting further and further away from where we heard the lava. Oh. But there might just be lava is the thing. Yeah, so we're now, like, fully underneath the facility. Which would be useful if we could tell from the bottom which room was which. But unfortunately, I don't know. I can't do that. I don't think. I mean, maybe I could. I guess I've never tried. This feels like it's just going to intersect that passageway. Are we going in circles? Wait a minute. No, are we going in circles? Wait a minute. Hold on. No, I'm turned around. I'm confused. The caves intersecting with this place has probably made it a little bit worse than it needs to be to investigate. It could be worse, though. There could be more creepers. Also, what are we doing? We need to have this thing ready to go. Here we go. Just in case we come around a corner and there's something waiting for us. Alright. I'm gonna get destructive here. I'm gonna start just breaking down walls. That was not a good one to start with, obviously. But I don't want to spend all evening here. So let's just start, let's just, yeah, no, if there's like nothing immediately behind it, we're gonna double back and check behind some other different walls. Just clear all this out. Yeah, make this all easier to traverse. There's no rhyme or reason to the layouts of these places. Did we already check down here? There's a torch, so we must have. I'm telling you, this felt like it was going somewhere. This is where we heard the lava as well. So that doesn't go anywhere. Do we have enough room in our inventory? We're starting to run out of room in our inventory. We can start offloading these things. Like, literally, almost everything can be offloaded while we explore. We don't even need these anymore until we get to the portal room. So, like, I think we're good. Just keep everything tucked away inside of there. Okay, there's more facility back here. I think we just located a library, which is nice. What you got? Ooh, power 5. That is good to have, as is the crystal wing. We'll get everything. There's no reason not to get everything, because we can stick it away inside of one of our containers here. And you're not as fun. I'm less pleased with that chest. I didn't bring anything I could use to collect all of this, which is a shame. I'm assuming this won't collect it. Yeah, there's this finite amount of that stuff in the world, unless you can now make cobweb in the pack. You might be able to, or it probably has an EMC value. Yeah, cobweb now has an EMC value, and you can make it with string. So I take it back. It's not super rare anymore. It's not a unique item. We don't need to worry about it. And what lies out here? Well, that's kind of cool, but also not where we need to be. So onward we go. Dead end. Unfortunate. Oh, hi there. Yep, I see you. Excuse me? Oh, I'm all out of ammo. Oh, shoot, we put the ammo inside of something, didn't we? Did we probably put the ammo in here? If I sort all this, do you see the ammo? There it is. I mean, I've got plenty more. Don't worry about it, but I'm just... Hi, can you not... Well, first off, we are almost indestructible now. Oh, we forgot to top off the armor. We forgot to do that before we set out. That's unfortunate. Darn you. Also, I heard, I think, another witch somewhere. Yeah. That or it's a villager, but I'm pretty sure that's a witch. Villagers also say Houdini. Why would there be a villager down here? That doesn't make any sense. A wandering trader wandered a little too far. I don't think those exist in this version of the pack, so there's no wandering traders. There is, in fact, though, another ender pearl, and that's a handy little prize. Those are pricey. We basically had to leave the value of one of those back at our house when we came here. I feel more comfortable doing this because it allows me to, like, see around corners and stuff better than going through the doors and just getting jumped by creepers again. I want to avoid that. Are we... What? Huh? I don't think we've been here yet. Ah! Gotcha. Okay, get rid of that quick as we can. Wow! Well, I'm glad we brought as many as we did, because there's literally none in there. That is absurd. What have you got? Oh! A steel pickaxe and a buried treasure map. I'm on board with that. I'm on board with both of those things. So tuck everything away inside of here now. Because we don't need it. Except for what we've got in our inventory right now. And then we'll get back out all of our Eyes of Ender. Because this is it. This is it. This is the moment right here. Oh! It's happening! Alright, we're going through the portal now. Oh, my back hurts. Ooh. Ooh, it's like old man problems. Like, all at once, my back started hurting and my hands started falling asleep. Like, that's odd. That's odd. Don't age if you can avoid it. It's unpleasant. Stay forever young. I think we're ready to go. I don't think there's anything else we need. I think we can just fully send it. And what's great about this is that we should spawn back at our house when we're done here. So did we get everything we needed here? I saw another chest back this way that we might want to grab before we head out. Because I can't imagine a future where we come back here for any reason. No, this is another library. Okay, well, while we're here, it's a smaller one. But there ought to be a chest, right, still? Even if it's a smaller one? You would think so, but I don't actually see a chest around here. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, and it is present. Can we pick these up? Oh. No, it just turns directly into books. Well, that's alright. Worse things have happened. What do you contain? Wow. That's borderline useless. Obviously, we're still collecting it all, but that's just because we have, like, a debilitating hoarding problem. We just collect everything that we see and bring it home with us for no reason. Alright, this is loaded and ready for bear. Close that. That's closed. We're going through, no more delay. Woohoo! We've entered a new world. And we are immediately trapped. There we go. Lovely. All right. Hello, world. Where's the dragon? Is it here? There it is. Okay. So now we can use this to shoot these. Or at least we could if I aimed properly. There we go. Can this shoot through this? Like through the top here if I aim properly? Probably, but it didn't. Aiming properly was a prerequisite that I mentioned. I'm willing to waste a lot of time on this to see if it's possible. I don't think it's possible. That's okay. Can we just do this? Is this possible? Actually, that worked. I'm surprised that worked, but yeah, that worked. Can we do that on this one too? It should have damaged us, but we do have our super armor on, so that's probably the reason it didn't. Why didn't that... well, whatever. I don't care all that much. Let's see. Perfect. Big, beautiful explosions. Don't shoot me, mister. Don't shoot. Or, I mean, I guess it lays eggs. It probably is a miss, isn't it? Maybe even a miss is. We've never met Mr. Dragon. We've never met Mr. Ender Dragon. I don't know. Does that egg... maybe that's the reason you can't have a baby dragon. There is no Mr. Dragon, so the egg is just... it's empty. You're just as well going ahead and, like, stir-frying that bad boy and eating it for breakfast, because it ain't ever gonna hatch a dragon. Maybe it's worth something, though. You know, considering you're not supposed to be able to get more than one of them, maybe it is actually worth a lot of money. You could probably sell that on the open market. Go to the Minecraft equivalent of the Grand Exchange and just be like, I don't know. Does anyone here want a dragon egg? See if anyone takes you up on the offer. All right, you. Let's see how much damage we can do. Whoa, buddy. Moving out of the way in slow motion. Did that even get close to landing? Where did you go? Come back here, you. I don't think we're hitting it. Let's get closer. I like that in the texture pack, its wings are a little tattered. Like it's been through a lot. I'm not landing a single shot, and it's entirely my fault, I'm pretty sure. I think I've just not managed to hit it yet. Come on, fly right at me, please. There we go. I hit it that time. Yeah, we're dealing damage. Is this the most orthodox way of doing this? Absolutely not. Are we having a grand time? Yes. You can land at any time, by the way. Ooh, it looks kind of fierce in this. Look at it. It's got like crystalline spikes. You heading for your landing spot? You gonna go hang out down there, buddy? Come on, gal. Hold still for a second. You're embarrassing me with the amount of movement you're doing. I need you to not move at all. Yo! In person, welcome to the stream. You've arrived just in time. Unfortunately, we forgot to bring a melee weapon. I was gonna say, we'll just have to fly down there and poke it with the bayonet, but I guess not, because it's taken back off again. We probably should have made the nano saber. It actually physically cannot hurt me, so I'm almost positive we're good. I'm almost positive. Yeah, pretty sure. Almost positive. We got to add a lot of qualifiers in there. No, why are you flying away so fast? You're not even giving me the opportunity to get close to you. Why are you doing this to me? Should I land? Do you think it's more likely to land if I land? And maybe we can actually try hitting it with... I mean, we could hit it with the bayonet while it's flying. We just... yeah, there we go. It does a good deal of damage. Come here, you. Hold still. Hold still. Stop hitting me. Stop that. I mean, I understand that you're, like, if justified, because I am here to, like, kill you and steal your egg, but still, I would like to test a theory. All right, I've just got like a wee little game theory here. Also, how are we missing so badly? There we go. I feel like when I aim poorly, I'm more likely to... yeah, look at that. Just like, I know I'm leading my shots, but it feels like if I just don't even try, much more likely to land the shot. Pay no attention is what I'm doing now. I think I might have been overanalyzing things before. That's going really well. It's going really well right now. Hey, you know what? A sub would be very much appreciated. Thank you so much for that. I'm telling you, you've arrived at the absolute best time. You skipped the bit where we were lost for a long time and trying to figure out how to charge nano suit armor, and you arrived at the moment of triumph, right? Allegedly, possibly. At this rate, with how many shots I've missed, it's also just as likely we run out of musket rounds before this fight is over. Oh, jeez. Oh, we're just, like, narrowly dodging these attacks. Come on back. Just come on back over here to me. Come on back over. There you go. Now, that one missed. You can't get a shot worse than that. I want to try something. I want to actually land on the ground here and see if, now that I'm on the ground... what was that maneuver? What even was that? What were you trying to pull off there? Come here. That was insane. just dive bombed the thing. That's madness. Hey, does this work like a bow and arrow? Can you, like, not actually shoot these guys? Yes, confirmed. Is he coming after me now? Like, where did it go? It should be coming after me now. I don't even see it. Did it decide to go after the dragon instead? Dude, you have no chill. You have absolutely no chill. Hold, stop. No, as soon as I get close enough, if I didn't have a flying ring right now, our goose would be thoroughly cooked. Also, ranged weapon. If we decided to try to fight this thing all melee, we'd be in for a rough go. All right, let's stop shooting like a maniac. There we go. Let's finish this off. We've spent enough time on it. If we were doing a speed run, we would have already been in last place. All right, literally everyone on the boards has already beaten us, and we're like blatantly cheating with mods, and we have a literal gun. We have a literal weapon right now. Okay. If you hit the head, it does more damage. Okay. I don't know if I can hit the head with the gun is the only problem. Also, when it lands, you definitely can't hit it. So, oh yeah, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. When it lands, I don't think the ranged weapons work at all. So I was just wasting my time there. Come here, you. We're doing this the old-fashioned way. The way the old patriots used to do it with our muskets here. Good lord, it's loud out here. It's loud at ground zero, and I cannot hit it with the musket. I genuinely just it's invincible. It cannot. Is this a bug? Why are you so loud? You're like rocking the world here. Let's try hitting it in the... let me phrase this in a way that's not going to get me in trouble. Let's try hitting it from behind. No. There we go. There we go. There we go. What a process. What an absolute procedure that turned out to be. Goodness me. Where'd you come from? Why did... That didn't make any sense at all. No, it's fine. I'm not even mad about it, though. I want to see how this does against one of these guys. Where'd you go? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. It doesn't do well. I don't think that the... You know, with the musket with the bayonet... Oh! I didn't realize we were getting so thoroughly thrashed that entire time. The nano suit is almost dead. We have almost burned through all of the charge on the nano suit. Now, granted, it was not full when we got here. Still, that's crazy. All right, let's get that thing down. And see if we can't get it collected. Because I don't think they have EMC values. But we might still be able to do the glitch to duplicate it. I know about a glitch in a newer version. I don't know about in this version. But there we go. We do now have... the dragon egg. No EMC value. Is there anything we want to do here before we go? I don't think so. I'm not really sure what is in this version of Minecraft. There is, in fact, like, Outlands. But in Tekkit, is there anything good out there? I guess we could just go find out real quick. Let's see. It kind of just looks like the regular old Outlands. You know, the regular old Farlands or whatever you call them. It doesn't look like there's anything special out here, which is a darn shame. Typically, you can count on a mod pack to add some useful or interesting things. And it doesn't look like that's the case here. But let's go ahead and collect all of this. And those do have an EMC value if we need them. And maybe also... Do I need to do this for any reason? Just like collect one more. And then we've got like a clean chorus fruit, 16... Oh, wait, why are you different? Chorus flower. Sorry, my mistake. That is what I meant. That is what I meant. And I do see crystals growing around here, which would be useful for Thaumcraft. But we're not really doing Thaumcraft right now. Also, for some reason, there's random bits of obsidian sticking out, which I don't remember that being in vanilla. I don't think so. I don't think so. There is a bit of a stream delay. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, I think it's maybe about 30 seconds to a minute, typically. If you're looking for a shorter delay... and also an ad-free experience, you could check out the Kick. That's kick.howdyfolks.net. We also stream on there. We also have a Twitch. But I try to push people towards the Kick because I'm trying to grow that a little bit more. But much, much lower delay there. Basically non-existent. I think we got everything we could possibly want from here. Oh, you know what? We might want some of this as well. There we go. The Elytra exists in this version. Should we go try to find an Elytra, actually? Oh, we can make an Elytra harness. How does that work? What does an Elytra harness do? Why would we ever want that? I guess we could. I mean, we kind of wasted our opportunity there when we were already out there. But let's kill another one of these guys. We'll get another ender pearl. We could just fly out there if we needed to. But I guess if we're going to ever want... I mean, we have a literal flying ring. But I feel like just getting an elytra is sort of like a rite of passage in more modern versions of Minecraft. So let's go check that out. Let's see if we can't find one. It's going to be hard to get lost around here because we can just fly right back to the center. You going to do Kick? All right, let's go! Kick.howdyfolks.net, or if you want to go, just use their actual URL. Kick.com/howdyfolkslive. I'm pretty sure will get you there. Let me verify that. Kick.com/howdyfolkslive. Let me make sure that that's correct. Yes, there it is. There's me. There's me looking like a goofball, verifying that it does in fact work. All right, I know for sure now. I've verified. All right, onward we go. What else is going on around here? We've got to find ourselves an ancient city. I'll tell you right now, the ability to fly just breaks the entire game. Like, normally trying to traverse this place the first time before you get your elytra is such a challenging but rewarding experience. You're building bridges. You're trying not to look at Endermen. And now if we make direct eye contact with them, what are they? They're not going to fly along after me. It's not going to happen. Maybe if we pass back through and I forget about them, it might become a little bit of an issue. But otherwise, like, we're crushing this. Now, unfortunately, we've not actually found anything yet. And I'm trying to keep in like a straight line so I can find my way back pretty quickly. But hello. It doesn't matter that you can move faster than in vanilla if you don't find anything in the process. Now, we do have a map. And it's possible as we go. First off, we're going in an opposite direction. For whatever reason in my mind, I thought we were going like straight north. And we're just going south. So I was wrong about that. But it's also possible, I was going to say, that they might appear on the sides and we'll miss them. But we should be able to see them using the map. We'll find one. If we don't find one going this direction soon, we'll veer off to the side a little bit. Because it's possible there is one right back there in that little dark patch that we can't see. You know what? While we're here, I guess we could go ahead and crank up the view distance. The reason the render distance is so low is because we were getting abominable performance when we were in the overworld for whatever reason. I don't know if it just comes down to poor optimization or maybe a rogue mod or the legendary seeming memory leak, because the game, the longer you have it running, it typically does start to consume more energy. Consume more RAM if you hit F3. And it does consume more and more and more of a time until it's just a slideshow. I don't know what the reason is, but when I lowered it to 16, it was fine. And typically with vanilla Minecraft and other mod packs, I can max out the render distance with no problems. But it's just not the case with Tekkit SMP, and I don't know why. But now with it amped up like that, I was going to say, oh yeah, no, we fully missed one. We fully flew right past one. It had the boat and everything, and now we're way the heck down here. Okay. What is that? This direction, I believe? That's the problem. I get so turned around in here. There's no way for me to tell. Am I going the right way? I'm definitely not going the right way. What direction is north? Is this north? Here's where we are relative to this island down here. There's that beehive. If we fly over here now, we should be in the right orientation. No, we're still going the wrong way. That way, then, I think. There is a mini-map we could turn on. We could turn on a mini-map and we'd be getting somewhere, but we're going the right way now. We'll turn on the mini-map if we absolutely have to. I can't even remember how to enable it. It's just M to bring up the map. Let's see, mini-map. We can do in-game waypoint signs, display coordinates. We have that on. Does the coordinates show what? Oh, it does show what direction we're facing. I didn't realize that at all. Oh, hey, look at that. In-person is now joined over on the Kick and is following. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Kick chat. So yeah, now that I see that the compass up there, 0 is going to be north, that's going to make this a lot easier. I don't need the mini-map. I don't want the minimap taking up like a big corner of the screen. Although when you're in ultra wide, I guess it's not that big of a corner, so it's not way less delay. It's a night and day difference over there. I will say it's a slightly higher quality on YouTube. Which makes it great for the archive. If you miss the stream, I definitely think YouTube is the place to watch it, but because it'll actually like render out in 4K and everything. But I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good on the Kick, right? And the delay, I think, is a huge difference. But if we turned on the minimap, as soon as I figure out how to do that, would that be? It's not world map performance delay. I thought this was where you did it. I guess I might just be wrong or crazy. It's not in here. Radar? No. Controls? Controls might have the button for the... Ooh, no minimap there either. Hide minimap. Ah, I'm a genius. Look at that. I guess we can leave it on. I think plus and minus used to zoom it in. Maybe the brackets. P and O. I'm hitting random buttons now. None of them are zooming it in. I feel like a fool. It's Z. Hit Z to zoom all the way in and then zoom back out. Yeah, I'll tell you what, when I'm looking dead center of the screen, I barely notice it. I think we'll leave it there. It might be useful for the folks at home to reference where we are. So there's actually 2 of them right here that we just zoomed right past. But it looks like this is the only one with the boat that we're looking for. Nicely found, by the way. Now, shulkers. Do we have shulker boxes in this? We don't need them. Like, literally, a shulker box is borderline useless when you have alchemical bags. I'm just thinking, if they have EMC value, maybe we'll need them for, like, a recipe later. I don't know. Might be worth collecting this. There we go. Does that have an EMC? It does, in fact, have an EMC value. Hold on. Where are you? I want to try shooting one of them. Where are you? Oh, no, that's perfect. Yeah, thank you. Where are you located? I need to actually get eyes on them is the problem. I probably should have not been flying when I decided to do this. Okay, they're very sturdy, which makes sense because they have thick, hard outer shells. I didn't even make contact there. Stab it. Stab it, nasty little face. Okay, we should be unassaulted now for the remainder of this expedition. Oh, but we are still levitating. Okay. Well, shout out to Dua Lipa and the baby, I guess. 5 to 15 seconds versus a minute to a minute and a half on YouTube. Wow. I didn't know it was that bad on YouTube. I knew it was kind of bad, but I didn't know it was that bad. Oh, looky here. Oh, this makes more sense. Do we have a brewing stand at home? We're going to now. We should get a sampling of everything that this is made out of. So we just make more of them when we get home if we need to. Oh, hi. I guess I should have expected that. You're always in here, aren't you? No surprises to be had here. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that maybe if I shot it, it would be, like, disoriented and not be able to get its shot off. But no, that's not, in fact, not happening. Cool, well, we've got the elytra. It does not have an EMC value, so we cannot be duping this. But nice to have it all the same. We got a couple of, a flaming touch and disintegration. That's good. Oh, these are fun. If this works the way I think it does. Let's have a look at what's inside of here. Actually, some pretty decent. Okay, all right, yeah, unbreaking. Blast protection, I would have preferred just regular protection. Same here with the fire protection, but mending is huge. We're probably not going to end up really using the diamond armor, though, which is unfortunate now that I think about it, because we do have, like, modded nano armor. By the way, almost gone. It doesn't break with the nano armor. It just stops protecting you, and you have to go recharge it. But still really cool things. I wonder if this has, like, a enchantment harvester sort of a mod that you can get. Something that'll allow you to... an applicator, enchantment factory, extractor. That's what I wanted. I've never used one of these before. I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming based on the name, you put the item in there and it probably pulls the enchantment off. I'd be also curious to find out how the enchantment factory works. Does that generate enchantments? That sure beats having to find, like, books in the world or trade with villagers. Especially with this version of the game where villager trading is not so good. We have some potions of healing, which is nice. I mean, look, most of the reason we're here is for this elytra. And we did, in fact, get it, and that is good. But I need to check the scepter and see if it does what I think it does. I think you just right-click. Yeah, I think typically it has damage over time, but because we're carrying around our repair talisman, it should repair it the second we use it and prepare it for, like, future use. Oh! Oh, this is so good. So vanilla Minecraft? Yeah, okay, so we haven't really talked about this yet, but last year, in 2025, I did a daily Minecraft Let's Play series called Minecraft 2025, where I played... Oh, there is another boat there. I played vanilla Minecraft every day for the entire year, so I have an entire Let's Play series that is 365 episodes long, because I mostly play modded Minecraft and have for the last decade, but I wanted to get back into vanilla and see what was going on with vanilla and refamiliarize myself with everything. Because there were things I'd just never done before in the base game. You know, I think I talked about it, but I had never actually, you know, built like an iron farm or anything like that. And I'd never been to an ancient city. I'd never even been in a game where the ancient city existed. So had a lot of fun with that series. But yeah, in the last episode last year, I said we're not ending that series. We are going to continue it this year. So we are going to continue working on that world. There's a bunch of stuff that I want to do in it still. There's a lot of things we need to build. It's a 100% legit mod free. Okay. I say it's mod free. We have shaders. It looks very pretty. I really like the way it looks, but there's no mods that alter gameplay. So there's nothing that adds like any new objects or any new mods or anything like, or any new mobs with a B, I should say. But there's a bunch of really cool stuff in there. But an SMP, man, that would be pretty fun. That would be a good time. I need to find a good server to play on though. I suppose I could host my own as well, but that's always a little bit of a tricky situation because then if you have other people playing on it, they're gonna anytime something breaks, they're gonna be bothering me. Back in the day, it's been a long time ago, but back in the day, we did used to have a vanilla Minecraft server that was popping. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but it did become the problem of like, okay, I have to come home from work. I want to either stream or record, but I have to like go through a list of problems with the server and ban people and patch things and then whitelist more people. So I try to avoid that, but I don't know. It could be fun. It might be worth it. But we do still have that single player series that I want to get back into because there's a ton more to do. And I've got a couple of friends who wanted to play with me. So even though I say it's a single player series, I did the whole thing on a server that is running locally, which is easy enough to manage because it's just me playing on it. But we got that thing set up and running, and throughout the entirety of last year while filming the series, I kept telling my friends, I was like, when you guys come over, okay, I've got the setups behind me here, where they can bring in their PCs and get them hooked up. I was like, we're gonna do a video, all of us on this server. I'm gonna show you all what I've been working on. And they're like, yeah, it's gonna be great. We're gonna do it. And then every time they came over, what we actually did was we just played Halo, or we played something else. We played a bunch of different games. We found this like Unrailed or something like that. I think it's something like that. That might not be the name of it. It's this cool train game though that we were having a ton of fun with last year. Where is our portal? Can we locate our portal? Or am I gonna have to like fly across the infinite void to get back home? If I open up the map, do you think we? Oh shoot! You know what? I think it's like down here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where we spawned in at. I should have put a marker on it because I think we probably zoomed right past it. It's probably just like right back here though. We could just fly through the infinite void. The only thing we need to be careful of is that we don't run out of charge in the Klein Star. Otherwise, I and everything that we've gotten go into the void and we never come back. It's also possible that I'm just not seeing the portal and it's right in front of me. That could be the case. You know, it could be fun though, is if we land ourselves and we use this little doodad. It's also possible that this goes really awry and we fall into the depths and die. We accidentally portal ourselves to the bottom of the world. I got really excited. I saw something green down there. I was like, ooh, that's something different. Oh, I think that's it right there. Can't quite go that far. So there is a little bit of a distance that you have to... Oh, you know what? Can I was going to say, can I get inside of there with this? I don't think so. Oh, jeez, don't die. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I think we do have to just throw a ender pearl through there. Come here, you. Come here. Don't panic. I just need your pearl. He's fine. A lot of people don't know this, but Endermen don't die. They actually just teleport away and you get their pearl. That's a true fact about Endermen that I'm not making up off the top of my head. Why does this look like this? What's going on here? Oh, it's just the crystals. Okay. From back here, it looked like weird looking obsidian, like the obsidian was infested with something. All right. Well, it's been a great trip to the end. I'm glad that we got so much done here. We got just absolute bakoodles of stuff. We can head back through now. We can let the credits roll. Should be pretty good. Your friend has a server? That's pretty cool. There are 12 around the map. Yeah, and you can make them all spawn by defeating the dragon many more times in at least in newer versions. I actually don't know about 1.12. When did they add the ability to refight the dragon? Because I did that. I did it all, 20 times, I think. Yeah, we refought it 20 times in the series last year to get all of the different teleporters. But you have to make like a crystal for that. Does that exist yet? If it's on the screen right in front of me, it does. End crystal. Apparently, we can, in fact, go do that right now if we wanted to. We're not going to. Just saying we could. So this has... You know what? That terrified me for a second. I forgot what it was. Out of the corner of my eye, for whatever reason, I definitely thought I was looking at like a manticore. But that is, in fact, not what that is. So we're good. We're good. We're fine. We're totally fine. There's no manticores here. Even if there was, I was going to say we should be in good shape. Now, this should have kept running while we were gone, which means that this should be full now, but also these are probably going to be empty. Yeah, that's a shame. Let's stick some more charcoal into... Do you have a value? Okay. We'll stick some more charcoal in here. Make sure that can run if it needs to. And let's get our armor topped back off. Because if we actually get attacked by something anytime soon, we're going to be in a really bad way. A really bad way. Yeah, so it's already in here. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, wait, that was in... What? No, 1.0? Are you serious? Was that actually added in what? Hold on. What? When was the ability to refight the dragon added to Minecraft? If it was in 1.0, that's going to blow my mind. That's absolutely going to... The ability to refight the Ender Dragon by placing 4 End Crystals in the next on the exit portal. Nah, it was 1.9. It was added in 1.9 combat update. Controversial update. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about the combat update. I do not. How are we doing? We're close? That's enough for now. That's enough to make sure we don't accidentally die. So I think that with that knocked out of the way, the other thing I was going to check is I'm pretty sure that this pack adds... Uh-oh. Do we not have a beheading upgrade? I really wanted a beheading upgrade. The beheading upgrade was going to let us kill the other thing. Lied to you? Well, that's the thing. That happens. Sometimes I'll ask... So this is Google's AI. It could also be lying. It's lied to me many times. It lied to me earlier today when I asked it a question as part of this very live stream. So it's very possible that we're both being misled by the I don't know what you're using. Ask again. I can just, yeah, I'll tell you what. I think I can go to the wiki and scroll down to changes, and it should tell me when it was added. Or you know what we could do is we could look up, this would be a lot faster, End Crystal. If I look up End Crystal wiki and I go to the Minecraft wiki, it'll tell me when it was added to the game. So Ender Crystals were added in 1.0, but I don't believe they did anything. Previously, End Crystals could be spawned using spawn eggs. Oh, that's interesting, but not useful. Okay, so in 1.9, End Crystals generate at Y level again. Respawn the Ender Dragon now also respawns End Crystals. Ender Crystals now have a compound beam target tag. Why are you telling me that? That's a ridiculous thing to tell me. Like I needed to know that. Let's just go back to the dragon again, because I don't think I'm going to actually find anything useful there. Back to the Minecraft wiki. We're having a wonderful educational time. See, these live streams are not just about fun, they're about education. So let's figure this out. I'm going to actually look up respawn, just like search the webpage for it, and see if I can find when that was added. Let's see. Pocket Edition, Bedrock Edition. Respawning the dragon. Respawned Ender Dragon. Now drops 500 experience. Okay. The Ender Dragon can now be respawned. So that's part of 1. No, that's 1.9. Yeah. Yeah, that is. Yeah. So it's 1.9. Ender Dragon can now be respawned as a placeholder. This involves placing clay in a cheaper face pattern in the... Oh, creeper face pattern in the end. That's kind of funny. That reminds me of like back in the day when everyone was like, Herobrine is real and you can summon him by doing this. You gotta build the face of a creeper and then light the inside of it with fire and then spin around 3 times and Herobrine will appear, and if you've been a good boy he'll reward you with a stack of diamonds, and if you've been a very bad boy he'll kill you and your Minecraft account will be deleted forever. Oh, the fear. Good times, better times on the internet. Actually better times when that was the case. Okay, we've made it back. We need to sort through all of our stuff. I think I can do that off stream because that's just going to take a while. I'm not going to condense any of this because I want to get those enchantments. We can condense all of these things, though. We can get all the value for it and then also be able to duplicate more of them in the future if we need to using the transmutation table. So, you know, just get rid of all that. Just learned all of that stuff now, which will be nice. And then I think what we're going to work on next is going to be... a condenser, which is pretty expensive, and in fact more than what we have right now. But the machine behind us has been running this whole time. So we want a condenser, a collector. If I can find one, there it is. Yeah, collector, and a energy. I can never remember what it's called. Relay. That's what we're looking for. Yeah. Antimatter relay, which we definitely don't have enough for at the moment. But you've been running since we left. Oh, you know what? Frame rate has slowed down to a crawl as well. So, ooh, not that. Bring that back down to 16. And let that reload. There we go. Frame rates are back where we need them to be. So we do now have all of this. So that helps a little bit. But, like, it's still not enough to get an energy collector. And we need the energy collector so we can cheese getting power. We can drain the Klein Star. We've got plenty of store. I mean, we could even dispose of the Klein Star and get like a smaller one to just kind of get us by for the time being. I think we're going to do that because that gets us 186 EMC. 186,000, I should say. Let me not misspeak here. Does aluminum have an EMC value? It does. Yeah. Time to cook that up next, I guess. Come here, you. Get to work. Start crunching that down. Anything else around here that I can break down into raw energy? I could get rid of my bed if I needed to, I suppose. That seems like a bit of a desperate call, though. I don't think we're... I mean, we have all of this diamond armor, but I want to extract the enchantments from it, so I'm not. Even though we would get a lot from it, not going to condense it. That would be a tragedy. We can get rid of that and that. Anything, I'm just looking now. I'm just panning through here. Like, anything that's got an EMC value, we can extract a little bit of value out of. It's going inside of here right now. We can get it all back. It's all going to be worth it in the end once we cash in, you know? Welcome back. Once we cash in and we have that fantastic machine, what generates matter from energy from the sky, it's all going to be worth it in the end. Go ahead and grind that up for me if you wouldn't mind. So let's condense all of this as well. And then I guess we'll start with the energy condenser. So we're going to need... Oh, we've already made an energy condenser. That's convenient. I guess we probably did that as part of a demonstration. And then we need a collector. So for that, we'll need a block of diamonds, which we also already have. It's like the game knows what we're trying to do here and is maybe trying to like lend us a hand, which is appreciated. Well, 4 of these create, yep, glowstone. Which I was going to say, I don't think we've ever had inside of here before. So the 6 of those, and then the final thing we need is glass and a furnace. Why a furnace? Because it kind of looks like a furnace when it's finished, I guess. And so you got to start somewhere. So all of those objects together will craft us an energy collector. And we'll never have to build another one, except we can't actually transmute one right now, which is a shame. And then we want this thing to be up on the roof producing diamonds. Probably, hopefully. Let's get up to the roof. We desperately need a faster way up there. There we go. For now, we're going to put this up on the roof. And eventually, it's going to be better. So we'll just plop that down right there. Plop that down behind it. And now, here we go. If we put the diamond there, slowly over time, it'll convert energy into EMC. Do you want to join this server my friend made? Yeah, maybe. That sounds like it could be a good time. But we're going to let this generate over time here. Whatever you do, don't post it in the chat. Don't be... That could lead to some disasters, you know? But we're going to let that load. And... that's going to take a really long time, which is why we need more energy so we can make more of these. We got to have more of the... Once we have enough of them, then we start adding relays. Then we start generating diamonds passively, and it'll be wonderful. The game will effectively just be broken. It'll be ours to command and control at that point. Now, a good way if we need to get EMC fast, which we would like to... Why do I have another diamond here? How did that happen? Did I just happen to have an extra diamond? Oh, I took it up there as reference. Never mind. I remember now. That's going along. That's going along. That's like 6,000 EMC right there. Oh! We're about to double our output. Let's go. This takes a while, but it gets us up here. It's faster than the alternatives. So plop that down. We've now doubled our output. That's lovely. And then I think I'm going to go to the end. Or not to the end, but to the nether. Because we can use the destruction catalyst to mine up a bunch of random resources very quickly in the nether. And let's just make sure that we get some void powder inside of here. Yeah, well, that's already got one in there. But that should keep that thing going while we're gone. So it should still keep generating more energy for us. And also the thing on the roof will keep running, which is more important. Very, very important. All right, what's going on around here? Where can I find good stuff? We can use the destruction catalyst and just start punching our way through like some of these mountains, like this mountain right here. We just like, there we go. And then what do we get out of that? Mostly netherrack, unfortunately, it looks like. But what's great about this is if we transmute the ores and things that we find, we'll actually get quadruple what we would get otherwise. Oh, and sometimes they blow up. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. You might die doing this. That's also important to remember. It could be a disaster, because sometimes the ores here blow up. I don't know why. I'm not sure who decided that was a good idea. Someone was having a lot of fun when they put that in the game, though, I guarantee you. Someone was cackling like a madman when they added that to the game. And you know what? Rightfully so. It can be kind of funny, but I'm not enjoying it. I'm not laughing. I'm not too pleased. Give me this. That's just going to be another hole in the ground. Should we go up higher? I think maybe we should go up higher where we're less likely to fall to our deaths. Here we go. Where things can just, like, drop on top of us. This is the way to go. Also, mining. That one was a slightly different color. I don't know if that's a clue that was going to blow up. Oh, here we go. This is where the EMC is, right here in the gold. Sometimes when you mine things here, the locals get upset about it, but I don't know if they're going to get upset if you use the destruction catalyst. I don't even know if they're aware that this thing... Nope, they're aware. They're upset. They didn't like it. They're none too pleased. They're upset. You know what I can do, though? Watch this. Yeah, come on, guys. Everybody get in here. Okay. The locals are no longer a problem. All right? We can now mine to our heart's content. We don't have to worry about them and their issues. I mean, we might still blow ourselves up, unfortunately, but we don't have to worry about them for the time being. I think we should be good. Ah, smooth. What is the game version, might I ask? Very, very smooth. Yeah, that way I can see. You're clever. You're a clever one. I respect what you've done. It's very well done. Okay. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about the fact that I could still see a deleted message. All right. What else is going on around here? Come here, you. Yep, lovely. Yep. Oh, dear. Well, this is unfortunate. Hello. What's happening? Hi. Can I help you? What, are you some kind of hell bat? What are you? You're literally a red bat. This is deeply unpleasant. Why are you upset with me? What did I do to you? Do you think it's the explosion? Do you think that's what did it? We've got a pretty good supply going on here. We got a lot of nether gold. Oh my good gosh, this place is awful. This place is actually awful. I don't want to be here anymore. There's a giant scorpion pursuing me now. Sorry, what's going on down here? Oh no, it's a scorpion jockey now? Why is the world the way that it is? I can't tell if it's actually hostile or not. No, it definitely is. It's definitely hostile. It's also very sturdy. Very few, I feel like, arachnids could take being shot by a musket and survive. I didn't mean to shoot the ground there. That was a mistake. That was an accident on my part. Oh, heavens. It's okay. Our armor should protect us. I don't know how efficient it is at protecting us from lava, though. We might not want to play around in the fire too much. I think we might want to try to be a little bit more careful. Can you enchant nano suits? Yes. Yes, you can, with everything you would expect. You get your thorns, your protections. Mending, obviously not, because you don't mend it, you charge it. I mean, it would be cool if you could put mending on it. And maybe it would use XP to charge instead of mend. That's so disappointing. And why is the explosion so large? I just feel like that's a bit much. I don't think it needs to be such a large explosion. So obviously that's a crate dragon down there, or what's left of one. Lovely. Back up to the top, can we go? Potentially? 1.21.11? Okay, so that's the latest. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I might just check that out. Your friend's cool with that, though, right? I know she said it's your friend's server. Your friend's not going to be like, who are you and why are you here? How did this happen? Get off my server. Get out of here. I hope not. All right, is everyone still mad at me here, or are we cool, or what's going on? You know what? This is a horrible place. I'm gonna go find a ghast and get a ghast tier, just so we have one. I don't know if we already did that. We might have already did that, but just so we'll have one for future reference. And then we're gonna leave because I think we've probably got enough XP to be getting on with. Man, this is it's odd to go this long without seeing a ghast. Typically, so what are you? Just like a hellish manticore? What are you? Come on, what kind of creature are you? We're never gonna find out. It doesn't say. We just kind of have to deal with this. It's not good looking. I'll tell you that. It's definitely not happy about me being present. Well, whatever that was, it's gone now. Big cat claws. You don't say. It dropped something else. It looked like it might have been some sort of unique form of leather. Well. Look what I have here. Lovely. And did it drop? Oh my gosh, we got everything we wanted out of that. I think we're ready to go. Let's just collect this real quick. I keep saying real quick. Like, no, don't worry. We're gonna be done soon. We're gonna be done soon. We're gonna be leaving soon. Just real quick, let me grab some more things. What are you? Nether zinc? Oh, it kind of looked green. Which maybe makes sense for zinc? I'm not sure. Leave me alone. You have an enchanted sword? I'm sorry, how did you get an enchanted sword? How did I get an enchanted sword? Let me tell you the story. I killed a guy for it. Did he drop it? He just dropped his flesh. Well, now that feels grim. I was trying to get his sword. I didn't want his flesh. That's not what I'm here for. That's not what we're about. We're not flesh boys. We're not flesh pedestrians. This isn't how we live our lives. Well, I mean, we're not going to pretend like we're above it. We're clearly holding on to it and bringing it home with us. We should, you know what? We should remember that this stuff blows up and not stand right next to it when we collect it. We should probably do that as well. That's probably a good idea. Leave a torch behind. Which is proof that I was here once. All right. I think we've got more than enough to be getting on with. Let's get out of here. We can come back here anytime we need to and harvest materials. Let's get back home. It's a Hellfire cat? Yeah. That's definitely what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Pretty sure he'll be happy? Okay, cool. Oh, good. We've come back here again. I really need to fix that. I gotta fix that because we don't want to be here. I kind of hoped... Wait, did we disable this? I don't remember. Did we actually? We didn't disable it. And I can't use this on it. And the best I can do is break this because we're not going to be able to collect it. And I'm not even sure if breaking it's going to fix it. It's probably just going to repair the portal and spawn me back here again anyway. I thought these two locations were far enough away from each other we wouldn't need to worry about this. But apparently I was wrong. Unless I just happened to... No, I went through the same portal. I don't know. I didn't... This is concerning though, I'll tell you that. Alright, got rid of that. Got rid of that. If I have to, I will grab the coordinates and we will relocate. And we'll be okay. You know, we'll just move the portals around. It'd be nice to have two portals active at the same time so I can get back and forth between these two locations. But I never need to go back there. We vacated that area for a reason, specifically because we're done. So what we might end up doing is we'll just get the coordinates for this portal, go back through, break that portal, move it to the correct location. What is that? Oh, it's just a zombie. Is it a bigger zombie? I don't know why it stood out to me in some kind of a way. So good to be home. So good to be home. Ain't it lovely? This looks ridiculous and we're going to fix it. We're not going to leave that like that forever. I think it looks kind of garish sticking out the side there. But, okay, we're doing plenty good there. Let's see. All of this stuff that's got a value that's going straight in should boost us up quite a ways. But then where the real money is in quadrupling the gold. Probably everything can be quadrupled, but we want to start with the gold, ideally, because each one of those is going to net us... Really? I thought I was going to quadruple it. That gave us 3 of those. Let's check. So that should have given us 4. Why didn't it give us 4? Did it give us 2? Oh, you know what I just realized? We're going to have trouble because of the basic export upgrade. We have 2 in there. It can export 2 items at a time. Every cycle the machine goes, though, it'll only export 2 items, so 2 will always be left behind. We need to upgrade this. Or actually, what we probably need to do is just get the top tier, not the top tier, but the better export upgrade. And we can upgrade. We can use one of them to create the better one. And we have what we need for that now. We didn't have what we needed for it before, but we absolutely do now because we have like plenty of electronic circuits lying around, and we've got the... Hold on, how many of those do we need? We need 2 of... What? What? Really? 2 of them? I mean, we've got 2 of them. It's not like... It's not detrimental. I'm just surprised. But we'll need 4 redstone, which means we actually need 8 redstone, I guess. And then that means we need glowstone, 4 of them. And then we'll need the lapis, also 4 of them. And then we can combine all of that together to... we've got to actually open up the correct menu to get our advanced circuits. And then we'll need a re-battery, which we can get using just some tin. That's not what I meant to grab. Although it would be cool if we could use those. I mean, that's basically just tin that's been rolled out and flattened into a tube. Same basic concept. Redstone. Copper cable. Give me battery. And then give me one of them. We'll just use the one. We want to make sure we're using the right one. This is the export upgrade. Let's make sure we don't accidentally make an upgraded import upgrade. Although we could do that as well. So that is going to be set to the west, which I'm pretty sure is what we want. Good gosh, I should not have right-clicked it with that. That could have been a disaster. That could have been an absolute nightmare. All right, that could have absolutely wiped out all of the setup. Do not keep a destruction catalyst in the hotbar. It's just a bad idea. Just a bad idea. All right, just in time to put that in there. And that'll move a stack at a time, or up to a stack at a time, which means that when this outputs, what, 4 coal, I think it's going to do? Yeah, it should have done. So these have to be run back through there again. So it's going to give us 3 of these. And then when that gets macerated, it'll give us 2 of these each. That's a lot of coal. Holy smokes. All right, back to this, though. So that'll give us 2 of those. That'll give us 4 of those is actually what we want to look at. And then that'll give us 4 as well. That'll give us 16 lapis. Really? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize. So some of these are going to have to be run through twice. Actually, it doesn't even look like the zinc is going to work in there. So I'm going to take it out so it doesn't clog up the machine. Same apparently with the lead. And apparently with the nickel. And not the silver. Okay, so that's good. All right, we'll see you here in a second, man. All right, we're swimming in the money again. Not quite, not quite. We're close, though. The goal right now is to get enough to get another collector. It's all about collectors. And we could probably sacrifice something else. Like, we could dump that out. And we'll have enough to get another collector. And then just barely enough to, like, get us around. But actually, with this thing here, though, this is where the real superpower is. Not quite a... Oh, there we go. You just got to get the angle right. So has this managed to produce a diamond yet? No, but gosh darn it, it's trying. So let's plop down one more. And we can see that it is going yet again. Does glowstone work to keep these going at night? I forgot when we left that they would stop running if they didn't have a light source plopped on top of them. So when we were gone, it was nighttime. It wasn't doing anything, which is unfortunate. So let's get some glowstone. Get the 3 of those. I'm pretty sure it does need to be plopped right on top. I might be misremembering, but let's see. There we go. This should keep them running at night. Obviously, this is going to have to be moved soon because we're going to turn this thing into a full solar power flower. But there we go. So even at night, that should run. And you can see it's ticking away. It's just got to reach 8,192. So it's 100 away. So it's going to happen very soon. And then in the meantime, if we traverse back down here, we could help it along. We could just throw all of our gold dust. Our 93,000 EMC worth of gold dust. Give me another one of them. Give me another one of them. We're putting another one down. We're putting another one down, but it means we need another glowstone. There we go. Top it back off, and then we're not gonna have that much more because like the rest of this. Actually, when we break down the coal, we ought to be in the money again. That's a diamond's worth right there, which is pretty good. We ought to be back in the money here soon. Can I get to the top? There we go. And let's plop this sucker down. And there we go. So we've now quadrupled our output total. Oh, we might could just stay here and watch it happen now. But I'm tempted to not do that. I'm tempted to keep trying. You've been here. Okay, you're all good. You're all good. We're going to put the coal back through. Let's get the coal back out. And just to verify, running the coal through here. Oh, and the macerator running the coal through again will give us coal dust? Really? I thought it was going to give us more. Cooking up the coal will give us a single coal. Why did I think that running the coal through there was going to give us more coal? Why did oh, wait, extractor. Oh, we have an extractor, I think. Let me double check that before I just state it with absolute certainty. Canning machine, extractor. That's the way to go. Plop that sucker down. Have that be processing. And then we'll need to also automate it, I guess. We'll go a little bit simpler, I was going to say. We'll have to upgrade. We'll have to make another upgraded version of that. So this is going to be a little bit tedious for me here, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Let's grab some more redstone. We've also just definitely missed the creation of the diamond on the roof. Like, that has definitely happened, and it's just... we completely missed it because we're now down here fiddling around with all of this instead. Get some more refined iron. In order to make another one of these, I've got to make some more of these first. So I am glad I made the 2 extra ones earlier. I guess I wish I'd done more, though. It would have been useful right now. But I didn't know we were going to be doing this now. I had no way of knowing then. I wish I knew now, then what I knew now. It would have been convenient. But if I knew the future, actually that might be devastating. Now that I think about it, if you know the future and you're constantly trying to plan for things that are going to happen way in the future, you might end up like missing important like beats. Oh, but you would know you were going to miss them because you know the future. No, I don't know. I feel like it's going to end in disaster. I feel like it's probably, yeah, it's probably for the best we don't know the future. But there we go. Get another export upgrade. And then we can like super cheat it here. Or not cheat it really, but we can cheese it by just using a hopper. We don't have to use the automated tools. So we'll just set this export upgrade to the west, plop a hopper on the top, and we will throw in the coal. Excellent. And we'll get a chest, just a bog standard regular old chest. Plop her down right there. And that should start up putting the coal to there. So that right there is 100. Oh, it's 1920. Not too bad. Okay. Makes an excellent monitor resolution. Visually sharp without being too demanding. 1440p is the move now, though. High refresh rate 1440p. Ultra wide high refresh rate 1440p. Up there, see that? That's the move. 4K is good. 4K, that was my previous monitor. It's just in the background now. 4K was nice. 4K high refresh rate is nice, but it takes a lot of juice to run it, okay? And not everyone can afford, you know, a 5090 like me. Sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't have a 5090 either. I realize now that the way that I said that made it sound like I have a 5090 and not everyone else can afford one the way that I afford one. What I meant was not everyone can afford a 5090, and I am one of those people who cannot afford it, especially because they don't even sell for the $2,000 they were like announced at. Are you kidding me? Like, you're lucky to find one for $3 grand. It's absurd. They're also massive. I don't think one would fit in my computer case. I have I intentionally built a rather small computer. It's not super small, but I didn't want it to have a huge footprint. And it could fit the Founders Edition 5090 and a couple of different models, but most 5090s are like quad slot, humongous beasts. It's absurd, and the price is absurd. And so seeing as I don't have one of those, and I'm assuming most people watching don't have one of those, I'm telling you, 1440p, high refresh rate. You can go ultra wide if you want to. It's a good compromise. It still looks sharp. It still looks clean. The high refresh rate is nice. If I had to pick between 50, I'll tell you. So actually, I had this conversation with someone the other day. They were asking, would you do 1440p 60 or 1080p 120? 1080p 120. 1440p is going to look better, but higher refresh rates is where it is at. All right, that's the way to go. That is the way to go. That's just my opinion, though. So we now have enough to get another one of these, and another one of these, and 2 more of these. And unfortunately, though, the problem with that is that we can't actually hook all of these up to it. So what we actually need to do is get a relay, which we haven't built one of. So we'll have to build a relay now. Which is, I mean, I say unfortunate, but it's actually pretty exciting that we're at this point. So we do have enough for a diamond block. We do have enough for some glass, and we should have some obsidian inside of here already. So just grab a stack of it. We don't need that many, but we'll grab a stack of it. Create our first antimatter relay, which sounds really fancy, And it kind of is. Pretty exciting stuff. Get rid of all that. And we'll head back up to the top. Where do most people find you? Typically, I think most of my audience is going to be on the YouTube. So either on the channel where you found me, the Howdy Folks MC channel, which is where all my Minecraft content is. Or if you're looking for not Minecraft content, I've got the Howdy Folks LP channel for just general Let's Plays. There's a gaming channel, Howdy Folks Gaming, where I do like just gaming discussion videos and things. And if you've ever heard of me before, it's probably from the Howdy Folks Gaming channel. It used to be called Cub Games or Brashiat Cub. I did a Tekkit Legends series there a few years ago, which got me most of my subscribers. Looky there, we got a diamond. Ain't that exciting? And that's where like that's sort of like the biggest channel I have, although it's been a little bit inactive lately, just because I have neglected it over the last couple of years. But I'm trying to put out more content there this year. It's one of my goals to put out at least something every week. That's the place to go. You scroll to the bottom, and there I was. There you go. That's how you find me. All right, you get the top. Go all the way down. Go all the way down and search through all the muck, and I'm down there just hanging out and just doing my best up here to keep this factory going. But yeah, I think the most popular series that I've had have been the Tekkit Legends series. That was a number of years ago. And more recently, I did a Tekkit 2 series that did pretty well. So that's where most people find me. I'm actually surprised there aren't more people watching this, because we had to take a bit of a Tekkit break in order to do my Minecraft Daily series. And a lot of people were asking at the time, like, can you get back to that? Can you get back to Tekkit? So I sort of assumed people would be excited to see a Tekkit live stream, but apparently not, I suppose. And that's okay. I'm having a good time. I needed to do all of this for this episode anyway, this episode 9. This is the first time we've streamed it. That might be a part of it, is that we've never actually streamed this game. We mostly just do episodes. Yeah, you're here. Hopefully you're having a good time too. But everything is going along smoothly now. We've got all of our automations set up. And the last thing, I did want to get a whole power flower going in today's stream. That was one of the sort of side objectives. But I don't think I was necessarily anticipating just how long of a process that would be. I kind of thought we had more EMC. We do have more. We've got a lot of EMC here. Well, what goes into like that enchantment remover? I've never used it before, which is the only reason why we haven't like built it and tried it immediately, is because it's from Industrial Foregoing, which I've used before, but every time I use it, I kind of forget how it goes or how it works. So that enchantment extractor requires that we have plastic, which requires that we find their specific type of rubber tree out in the world, which I don't even know if we've seen one yet. I guess we could go on a grand expedition and try to track it down, potentially. I just now noticed the level. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. No, well, obviously we can now not gain any more levels, because that'll ruin the bit. So we've got to keep the... we have to... No more XP. We can't collect any more. I think we could go and try to find a rubber tree. I know what the other mod, the Industrial Craft rubber tree, looks like, but this is like a more different one. Okay? This is a slightly more different one. Yeah, that's it. We'll just have to balance it with enchants. Anytime we gain some, we've got to lose some. Hopefully, this is going to be like really obvious. So there's an Industrial Craft. Actually, I didn't even notice that was like right there next to where we live. It's just an IC2 rubber tree. That's great. Hold on. Let me check. Let me just look at rubber. Maybe we can get an idea of what we're looking for. Tiny rubber drop. Actually, it only shows the one rubber wood. Interesting. Interesting that. Oh, maybe we do just use the Industrial Craft trees and run them through a tree fluid extractor to get the latex, which we then use inside of a bottler to create what, like a bottle of latex? What do I do with that? At some point, I have to... Latex processing unit will give me a tiny dry rubber. And then the tiny dry rubber can be turned into dry rubber, which can then be smelted into plastic. I don't feel like it should require that many steps. I don't feel like it should be that convoluted, but apparently it does. All right, that's okay. So the machine necessary. Let's backtrack all of this to get back to where we were moments ago. A latex processing unit is going to be required. So we'll have to build one of those. Please tell me it doesn't require plastic. Yes, thank goodness. I was going to say, if this required plastic. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Okay. And then let's just verify again real quick. Let's look at plastic. Make sure that I'm not missing a part of this. Wasn't there like hold on. Wait. Hold on. No, wait. Wait. Wasn't there something else though? It wasn't just the latex processing unit. The latex processing unit is used to make tiny dry rubber. How did we had, there was a fluid though. There was a fluid. I missed that step. What was the step here? The uses step here. Tree fluid extractor. So we got to build a tree fluid extractor as well if I could spell it properly. Okay. I'm assuming that all... Oh, that's super simple. And then we got to power it all. Now, how do you power it all? I have no idea. It's I promise you it's not too hard. You just got to follow like a really good guide, like those available at youtube.com/@HowdyFolksMC. What? What is going on here? Mr. Krabs, did you invite friends over? What is this? Does every floor have crabs on it? Is that a thing or just that one? There's some down below. We really need to like move in here. And no, there was definitely something there, right? Did I imagine it? I guess it might have just been the torch I was flying by too fast. Well, that's ridiculous. There's manticore outside my house. I cannot have this behavior. This thing is so fidgety. You know what? We're just going to aim from now on. We're not going to try to release it after reloading. We're just going to go for the attacks. Oh, let's go. Oh, we got someone else on YouTube over there. Axis, welcome to the stream. Why did I do that to my mountain? What do you mean? I mean, to be fair, when I found it, it was just like a bare mountain, and now it has a really cool tower on it. So, like, surely that's better, right? I'm thinking. I think this is a bit of an improvement, personally. Is that a creeper? Bro, what? That is devious. Right next to all of my expensive machinery? Dude, what is... I mean, I understand why. It's to cause me rage and frustration. I was tempted to not even shoot it until it got far enough away from everything. But I think we're good. Obviously, we just need to throw down a torch back here. But still, that is deeply concerning. Oh, no. Yes, absolutely put an end to this. Oh, my gosh. I didn't realize how prone to spawning this entire area was. We cannot permit this behavior. We cannot permit this. I will not lose hours of work due to some just random creeper showing up. Give me more torches. Actually, we could use interdiction torches, and even if mobs spawned, they would fly off into the void when they got close to the interdiction torch, which is kind of funny. Okay, I think we put an end to that behavior, thankfully. I think we're good. Oof. Okay, everyone's found each other over on the YouTube chat. That's good and fun. Top this thing back off. That's going to be like all of our EMC. How are we going? We got some coal. What? How did you end up on the ground? Oh, no, you're not what I thought you were. So you're done. You processed everything. We're not getting any more EMC out of that, sadly. We do still have the diamond on the roof that we managed to generate, which is nice. Was I going to automate this, maybe? Hold on, where do you go? You also just get smelted. Oh, that's so disappointing. I gotta stop getting distracted, okay? I gotta stop getting distracted. Oh, yeah, I do, to explain... Axis, we have a kick channel as well. Well, that's not what I meant to do, but there's my stats. What button did that? There we go. I didn't mean to do that either. Goodness me. Stop it! Okay. We have a kick channel, kick.howdyfolks.net, and it has a lower latency. So I think we determined there's like a minute of latency on the YouTube, but it's down to like a few seconds over on the kick. So if you want to watch with lower latency, you can go to kick.howdyfolks.net. And yeah, the delay on the stream between when you text and when I see it is a lot lower. But you can also stay on YouTube. You're good to stay on YouTube. That's fine. Wherever you want to watch, you're free to watch. You know, we're not gonna. Well, I'm not gonna pressure you. I'm person might or in person. I've been saying in person, but I realize now it might be I'm person. Probably in person though. Also in person. If the number in your username is the year you were born, you're like an ancient being. If that's not the case, don't tell me. I want to believe that you're over 100 years old and watching my Minecraft series. I want to believe that. I choose to believe that that is the case. Don't take thy fantasy away from me here, because I think that's a really funny concept. What was I doing before we ran off? Oh, that's right. We were going to build this thing. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. What is that? We need a furnace. We need to have, it looked like 6 stone. And then we need to have as well a redstone and an iron gear. I think in this pack you can actually make iron gear using just the iron. Did I say redstone? Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm not a crazy person. Let's see if this works. Yeah, no, I am a crazy person. That doesn't work at all. But maybe you can just get 4 sticks and go straight to iron after. You know what? I guarantee you this isn't going to work. We're going to get our wooden gear. Is that even the right kind of gear? It is a buildcraft gear. No. You're going to have to go through the rigmarole. You've absolutely got to go. They're going to force us. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to go up to stone gear now. And then finally we can get to iron gear. And then finally we can build ourselves the tree fluid extractor, which is pretty excited. Just call you person? All right. Mr. Person? Sir Person? You are my elder. I feel like I have to call you sir. Sir Pearson, we're going to plug this thing in over here and see if it works. Is that just like, that does not hook up at all. Oh no, this is what I was worried about, is I've got to figure out what type of power industrial foregoing uses. If I had to guess, it's going to be like RF or like an RF equivalent. So we can get an engine potentially and we can use that. Like a Stirling engine? That might be the move. Let's plop this thing down like over here if it's going to have its own type of power. We do also though, oh, do you place in the direction a person is facing? What if I shifted? Okay, no, still same thing. Maybe it would work with this if I just placed it in the right orientation. No, it's definitely not going to work like this. Maybe it has to be fed from the top? You know what? No matter what I do here, I just don't think it's going to work. Does it even really need power, though? When I look at the front of it, it looks like it's just going. But I think that might just be sort of like a visual thing. It might just be a visual thing. Let's stick a log in front of it and see what happens. Because I think that's how this works. If I remember properly, the way that you use this thing is you put wood in front of it. And over time, when it's running, which it's currently not because it doesn't have any power. Yeah, because you can't put anything else in here. Latex plank tank. Oh, no, it's going. Maybe power makes it go faster if you can get power hooked up to it. You know what we could do is we could simply Google this. It would take like a few seconds. Let's see. Industrial foregoing power type. Primary power type is Tesla, but machines seamlessly convert other major energy types like redstone flux and forge energy. Well, that's great. So I need something that produces RF or FE or something that produces Tesla power. Well, there's a Tesla coil, but I don't think that's related. We could just look up like a general like generator and see what our other options are. This mod might even have its own generator. Industrial craft. I'm looking for industrial foregoing, and I'm not seeing anything. Thermic? What? A Viz regenerator. See, this is the problem with Thaumcraft. This is a redstone torch. I mean, I like the idea. I do like the idea for sure. But I think we're going to probably try like an energy converter, because those exist. And they would let us convert... Oh, converts EU to RF. That's an option. I hadn't even considered that. I was looking for something a little bit more complicated because we do have... I can't remember what they're called, but they're like RF converters. I can never remember what they're called, actually. But they're in the pack somewhere. I'd have to go like look them up. I have a 100-episode Tekkit 2 series. Tekkit 2 is almost identical to SMP, in which I demonstrate how to do all of this as if I am an expert, and I very clearly am not. I can't even figure out what it's called, but there's an item that like you put one type of power in and you get another type of power out. Convert or something. Ore dictionary, fluid dictionary, charge feeder unit. I'll look it up later. For now, this will get the job done, and it just requires 10 gears basically. Flux Axis says flux. This will do it. This will convert EU to RF, which is the closest thing we've got to flux in this pack. And like this is going at a snail's pace, so I think we probably definitely do need to power it. Let's get some sleep, and then hopefully in the morning we'll be ready to do that. Are we out of lava that we just put inside of this machine? No, it's just not running because I guess it doesn't need to be. Because I think this is the only thing doing anything right now. Yeah, go ahead and make your zinc, please. And yeah, the amount of EMC we have is just deteriorated rapidly. We're down a Klein Star version as well. Things aren't looking too good in the world. Things aren't looking too good. All right, focus time. We need a bunch of 10. I'm going to go ahead and grab an entire stack of it just to be on top of things. We need some glass. I know for a fact that in the past we found some pistons. Where are they? I think we picked them up in the last episode. Did I shove them in one of these containers? I know we did that. I remember doing that. I'm pretty sure that it would be in front of me right now, though. But I'm positive we collected pistons. Did they go in here? No. No, they didn't. But this is the place where I found them. Maybe I got sticky pistons. But they would have shown up as well if I... Oh, I don't have enough EMC to get pistons is the reason they didn't show up. Okay. Put all that back in there. We didn't need that much anyway. Dang it, they are sticky. I don't think there's a way to unsticky them. If we have a sticky piston, can we unsticky it? From the looks of things... It doesn't appear as though we can. So we'll be making a new one from scratch. So iron. A recipe that I know well. We don't need 4 of them. We literally need 1. We need cobblestone. We need 4 cobblestone. That's true. That's 3 right there. I'm close. Nearly got it. Just about there. So, do any of you folks play any Minecraft? I meant to ask this question a long time ago and I forgot about it. Do any of y'all play any Minecraft, like, minigames? And what is popular right now in that scene? Because I haven't played a Minecraft minigame in a really long time. The last time I played a Minecraft minigame, the most popular thing was, like, the survival games. Which were a lot of fun. Like, those were great. Let's see. Stick. I enjoyed it. I remember playing those with my friends. And blatantly cheesing, because we'd be on... Here's an old-fashioned sentence. We would be on Ventrilo or TeamSpeak, both of which I'm pretty sure still exist, but everyone just uses Discord now. And when you die, you could, like... I say we cheated, but when you died, you could spectate, and we would just fly around our friends and tell them, hey, there's a guy coming up. Which I guess is not really cheating necessarily, but it's not in the spirit of the game to aid your friend like that. But Ventrilo, yeah, that's the one. We did it anyway, and it was a good time. Okay, there we go. We've got ourselves an electronic engine. Let's see if that connects up. Okay, I mean, I'm not giving up hope yet that that's going to work. Maybe we just got to get the orientation right. This could be something. We could be getting somewhere. Or we could be wasting our time. Okay, this could... this could not get us where we want to go as well. That's just as likely. So that's connected, and I believe we just have to turn it on. Oh, it has energy, but can it output it? Is it going to output it? Do we have a lever? Or a lever if you're so inclined? No, we don't. Do we have a stick? And do we have cobblestone? Because if so, then I don't need your sass right now from me right now, video game. Just give me the gosh darn lever. No, that would have been a bad misclick. You'd think I would know that recipe. Okay, we can get more of those in the future if we need it. Let's turn this bad boy on. It's got a lot of RF stored. And it's not putting any inside of here. But I'm realizing now that there is, in fact, a tree fluid extractor. I realize now that there is actually fluid inside of it. I'm going to turn this back off. Because I just don't need it running because it's just not doing anything for me. Yeah. Maybe this machine just doesn't use power and we should have multiples of them. But we do have enough fluid in there to extract some. So let's get a bucket. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll be clever. We're going to get a lava bucket. We're going to put the lava in there. Keep that going. And then we'll use the bucket on here to get the latex. All right, we're one step closer. So now the latex needs to go not into a bottler. We don't need to, or maybe it does. I actually don't know. How did the latex processing unit? I think is actually what we need to do next, even though it doesn't show that that's what it needs. Let's just build it. Let's assume that this is the thing to do, and let's just build it. Goodbye fluid extractor, and goodbye electrical engine, and let's move on to trying to build this thing. So a block of redstone, some planks, and some iron. At least the recipes are straightforward enough. You know, sometimes when I try to live stream something like this, it can get a little... I'm losing my voice, I don't know if you can tell. It can get a little overwhelming because there's a lot of just clicking buttons and referencing charts. And I'm like, oh, this is beginning to be a little bit of a drag. But I appreciate that so far today, all of these recipes have been very straightforward. And they haven't been too overly complicated. Now, when we get to a point where we're building teleporters and things, that'll be a different situation. But there we go. We've got ourselves a machine cube. And then we just need some furnaces. 2 of the darn things. And it looked like 4 iron, unless I'm very much wrong about that. Did you say you joined the Discord? Welcome, welcome. I think you're going to like it over there. Got lots of wonderful, friendly folks. That's discord.howdyfolks.net, in case anyone was wondering. Pretty much whatever you're looking for, you can find by doing, title.howdyfolks.net. It'll take you where you need to go. But we do all of our announcements on there for streams and things as well. So, it used to be Patreon only, and someday it may be again. You know, it may be someday again if it gets too rowdy in there, because it's a lot easier to manage a Discord with, like a half dozen Patreon supporters than it is a bunch of other people. But I enjoy having it. Some of the channels are open. Some are still Patreon only, but some of them are open up to everybody. And we used to have a much more lively, back when I was doing really consistent streaming, 2019, 2020, kind of like the golden era of Howdy Folks, when we were doing the daily Kingdom Hearts streams and everything and having a great time. We streamed like much more consistently and much longer streams as well. And we had a way more active Discord. Like, that thing was popping off. And that got to be a bit much to handle. But let's get that latex processing unit there. And I think we can actually configure this to output directly to the left, maybe is how that works. And I think we have to configure this also, though, to configure up to, like, well, maybe not. I have no idea how to automate. I have no idea at all. So, energy, water tank, latex tank is also configured to work. So you would think that maybe it only works when there's, like, a certain amount. Can I put this back in there? No. Can I right-click it on there? Yes. So there's latex inside of here now. And now it needs RF, so I think we can use this to do that. And we'll have to power it on. Yes! Yes! Oh! Let's go! Oh, you thought it was pre-recorded? Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, no, it's just got like a really aggressive delay. Yeah, that's really aggressive. I didn't realize it was that bad. I think in the past we've managed to get it down to like 30 seconds. So I don't know why it's so long today. The only real option to change that I know of, there is latency settings where you can set it to low latency or ultra low latency on YouTube. That can be done. The issue with it is that it also changes the max resolution, and I like being able to stream at the full 4K, because it's great for, like I was saying earlier in the stream, it's great for the archive. You know, I don't have to upload a full quality version. It's just there. So once the stream is done and it processes the stream, you get a beautiful archive of everything, which is nice. So if I hit go, oh, hold on, this also needs water. We don't have an infinite water source up here. We can make one real quick. We actually make one very quick. Let's grab the 2 of these. And right over here, right next to this thing, we could set up a whole thing that'll just suck the water out of here for us automatically. And we might do that if this ends up becoming like a thing that we're using a lot of. But for right now, we can just sort of position ourselves right here. And then just do that. Wonderful. Okay, is it full? Did it fill up? It let me right-click on it, which was weird, and it looked like, hello, what? I'm not trying to open it. Why was it not doing that before? Look, sometimes it lets me click. Is it because I clicked on the front of it? No. Top of it? No. How come sometimes right-clicking on it opens the inventory? How very strange. So that's, oh, it's like churning through it right now. It is working though. It is actually producing the tiny dry rubber, which is great. And we have some latex in there. We've got like 1/10 of a bucket left. Oh, and it's filling up automatically, it looks like. From here? Maybe. Oh, the wood is gone. Oh, here you go. There's another one. Keep that going. I'm actually not so convinced now, because it says it's got... Yeah, 25 millibuckets. Yeah, weird. It should automatically... Always active. You can turn it off, you can pause it. Did not mean to click on that. Again, the fluid tank is configured to pull from the right, and this is configured... Fluid container or latex tank? Actually, latex tank. Yeah, it's configured to go to the left. Do I need to, like, turn off every other option? I don't think so. From the right. Yeah, it should automatically move it over. I don't know why it isn't. Well, you know, it doesn't matter. We can manually do it for now, and I'll have to reference my own video. In the future, I'll go back to the Tekkit 2 series. You know, pull up a video from a couple of years ago. And it should give me the information that I need. So we should be fine. But let me top this thing back off. I think automating this needs to be a priority. Because of just how long this is taking. If we're going to be using a lot of rubber in the future, automating this has got to be a priority. But okay, so we now have the tiny dry rubber. We got 26 of them. And, oh gosh, it requires a lot to get a single one. Good gosh. Okay. So there we go. We got 2 dry rubber, which is enough to get what? Each one will give us a plastic. That's it? This seems like an awful lot of effort to get 2 plastics. So we've got the latex processing unit. All of this is, we're just trying to get the enchant. Oh, that's all we needed was 2 plastic. Oh, thank heavens. We're getting there. We're actually doing it. There's a part of me that wondered, are we actually going to get this task completed today? It didn't seem likely. It certainly didn't seem likely. But we persevered. We pushed through. We crushed up some zinc. What else do I need for this? We need another one of those. So that's another one of those that's, fortunately, simpler recipe than you might expect. I should have, while I was working on this, put a block of redstone up there for future use. So we can just duplicate them. And then the iron. And look at this. I've already memorized this recipe. And I'm not going to forget this recipe for the rest of the night. I will forget it by tomorrow morning, though, because there's no way I'm committing machine case to memory. It's not happening. It's not a prime essential thing to keep in mind here. Couple of books, couple of diamonds. The reason I don't, like, look at the entire thing at once is because I will forget by the time I open this back up. Son of a gun! We don't have enough for diamonds. There we go. Okay. Couple of books, couple of diamonds. Top that back off. And then finally, netherite brick and a gold gear. Do we have netherite brick? No. It might actually be faster. Then we can cook up nether, you know. Just go creative. I mean, we'd get through it a lot faster. We could cook up netherite. Or, yeah, into a brick, and then make a netherite brick. It might actually be faster to just go to the nether, though. I'm not even joking. It's just, I also just don't want to deal with the process. It's such a tedious process making nether brick. And we already know where we can find some. And this is a good opportunity to find out whether or not we spawn back at our house. Or whether or not we're going to spawn back at the old base. Where was that place? It was like right over here. Here we go. Okay, we don't need to be here long. We don't need to linger. We just got to grab one, and then we're out of here. Let's go. I was going to try to teleport and be clever, but it's... Oh, well, now I've done it. I don't think there's a way back out of this. Yeah, no. There's no way back down. We are now on the roof of the nether. I should have seen that coming. Oh no! Oh no, okay. Alright, it's alright. No, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. You know what we can do? Yeah, I don't have any obsidian. We can put everything inside of a container. Fly up into the air. Drop ourselves onto the ground. We'll have to get rid of our ring. Respawn in the overworld. Get some obsidian. Come back here. Get back on the roof. Find all of our stuff. You can see it's a bit of a convoluted plan. And it might lead to us losing all of our stuff. And we have a lot of stuff. But I don't have any... oh, wait, hold on. I forgot about these. These are how we got up here. Go creative? Oh, I mean, we could also just try, like... We could just try teleporting. We could try TP, Reese Crafts. Which one's the height? I can never remember which was the height. Yeah, it's the bottom there, but I'm pretty sure it's the second one when you're actually typing in the command. Let's find out real quick. This could go very poorly. TP, Reese Crafts, 64, 64, 64. Okay, and we can fly. So you know what? My plan might have also worked. It would have been devastating. This is pretty cool looking. But at least we know that if it came down to it... Oh, I know where we are. Oh yeah, I know where that staircase is. Oh yeah, we're like right beneath the portal. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! I'm not in the mood for this. I'm not in the mood for this. You have no idea the stress I just experienced. No! Get it, get it, get it, get it! No! Unfortunate. Had to happen. We could have... Our plan would have worked if it had needed to. Unfortunately, nobody saw that, right? Right? Axis, you didn't see that. Nobody saw that. It's fine. Everything's good. Anywhere. Anywhere except for the new base. Is that what we're doing? Was that what we're doing now? You disable one portal, and you're gonna stick me all the way over here. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, I guess we'll stop by. We haven't moved this sign yet, so shout out to our executive producers, you're all Lucas Kids, Imperator Jake Yates. Shout out to our Patreon supporters, Anthony, Nicholas Alvarez, Gillier, Maximinus, GSNL, and shout out to all of our YouTube channel members. Appreciate it. Shout out to all of them, I guess. That's good. We need to move that sign over to the new base. Can we teleport? No, it's not going to go that far. Well, valuable lessons have been learned today about using this. You know, I should have known that. My brother and I did an SMP playthrough of this pack, like a survival multiplayer of this series, a series of this pack, in which he did the exact same thing. And he teleported to the roof of the Nether as well. And I had to bring him back down. So you'd think I would have remembered that, but that was a year ago. I think that was long. I think it was 2024 when we did that series. So, goodness me. Axis, I'm going to assume that's your seal of silence. I'm assuming you're going to agree to it. Thank you, by the way. We're just going to make that assumption that that is the case. Okay. Oh, all right. All is good in the world. All is good in the world. Okay. Make sure that I got that pulled up there. Okay. So, we're back now, having not cheated at all in any way. Let's plop that sucker back down to get that running again. This is still not automatically extracting. We don't know why. That's okay. What did we even go there for? It was to get a brick. I said it was going to be faster. I'm confused. I am confused. Why we went there to get that? I said it would be faster. I'm not actually confused. I know what happened. This is chaos and disarray. I'm just saying it would have been faster if we'd cooked up the netherrack. You know, it's all good. It's all fine. It's all decent. Everything in the world is working out just fine. Okay, now we need to get another gear, and I'm just about gosh darn tired of getting gears. So we need 4 sticks. And then, can you go straight to gold? I actually don't know. Probably not. So, cobblestone, 4 of those. And then, probably iron. We're going to try to go straight to gold. I could check real quick. And then finally, that should take us to gold. I don't know. It might. It might not. We'll see. We'll store all of our energy away there. And... wooden gear. Stone gear. What? Well, you all saw that, right? What? Stone gear. Okay. And then from there, it looks like we can't go directly to gold. We can go to all of these other ones, though. Iron gear. Finally a gold gear. We're going to have to do that a lot when we finally build a quarry, you know? So, yeah, look at that right there. That's what I want to see in the YouTube chat. Just enjoying the non-cheating and banter. There you go. That's what we want to hear. Thank you so much. And I hope that you're enjoying your solo play, by the way. Are you just playing vanilla or are you playing a mod pack? You don't have to answer that. If you're just trying to like peacefully listen to the stream while you play, you're under no obligation to answer my flurry of questions. I completely understand. We need to build some cable that we can use so that we can use this engine on multiple machines at once. So I'm going to collect all of this and we'll place that engine back down right here. I think this ought to be perfect placement right there. And then I have to try to remember like RF. There's some kind of RF cable that we use. Obviously, yes. You do have the like kinesis pipes and everything. Here's what I'm looking for though. The flux cable's where it's at. It's also really cheap to manufacture and upgrade to the better version. And you never waste any. If you make a bunch of the cheap stuff and then later want to make the expensive stuff, you need the cheap stuff anyway. So it's great. So it's just glass and redstone. That is the way to go. So we'll just grab some glass. Must have been the wind. We'll grab some glass and we will grab the redstone. We need to go upstairs and see how we're doing when it comes to generating diamonds. See if we've generated a second one. I feel like by now we should have. We'll probably need a lot of these as the series progresses. So yeah, I'll go ahead and make 60 of them. I don't see that biting me at any point. That ought to be just fine. And then this stuff can be used to power more machines. I guess you can't feed power into this to speed it up. I really wish you could because it's going really slow. Okay. Second monitor time. Let's go. All right. Let's see. Plop that down there. That'll connect up. Enchantment extractor should now be getting power. That's turned off right now. Is that turned off? Is that on or off? That's okay. That's off. No RF? Really? Why no RF though? Because you're not turned on. Absolutely goofy behavior over here on my part. Does that not work? No, that worked. Okay, it's just not moving. It was moving before. Remember moments ago when it was moving in and out? I guess it just don't do that no more. But this is now full of power. So, and this is getting a lot of stored energy. And then, how does it work? We actually have no idea. Input books, naturally. And then we want to go get some of that diamond gear that we collected. That's worth a lot, right? Like that's... This diamond chest plate is worth 70,000 EMC. That's gosh darn near enough for another energy collector. So we definitely want to pull the enchantments off of it. And then what goes over here? What is this? Energy items? I guess that's for powering it? Enchanted item input. Yeah? Was that instantaneous? But we only got one of the enchantments? Hold on, were there more enchantments on that? What? What determines which enchantments you get? Hold on a second. The boots have shockwave. Maybe there was only ever the one enchantment on there. This has flaming touch. This has silk touch. This has mending and... Okay. Fire aspect 2. Okay. Let's make sure we have enough books in there first off. I think we shoved a bunch of books in one of these other chests. Or one of these other containers. I don't know if we ever put them all away, though. We might have, yeah. Pick those back up, gosh darn it. Grab a book. Grab stack of book. Okay. And get back over here. Literally never used one of these before, so we're all learning together as a team, as a party. Let's see if we get both. We should be getting right there. You only get the one. Oh no, there it is. It was hiding behind the first one. Well, that's what we want to see. Because now we can take this diamond sword and actually throw that in there. Throw that in there. Throw that in there. Everything's going swimmingly. Oh, I couldn't be more pleased. Now we've got all of these enchanting books that we can use on other objects. We got Silk Touch. And did we have a mending or did I imagine that? I think I was thinking of the fact that we had a Silk Touch. No, we had a mending. Okay, no. Good. And now we can get rid of all of these objects for their EMC value. It's beautiful. It's more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. It's everything I've ever wanted and then some. And more, I say. And more. When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's... And more, eh? All right, let's get back up there. Lovely. Plop down another one of these. Well, hold on, we can't, actually. Oh, no, we can't. We can stick one right here. We should have brought another glowstone. We've got 6 diamonds up here now. We're just harnessing the power of the sun on the roof of our mansion. Our tower. It's not really a mansion. It's a broken It's a broken tower is what it is. Harvesting the power from the roof to generate diamonds passively. We're figuring stuff out. We're learning together. This is what it's all about. This is what Minecraft is all about right here. Okay, it's just figuring stuff out together as friends. Let's watch it generate a diamond. We're very, very close at this point. Just got back in your groove playing Tekkit? Nice. 10 or 11 years ago. Okay, there you go. Well, hey, if you're looking for like a longer series that covers a lot more, I have a Tekkit 2 series on the channel as well that is in these massive like 7-hour chunks. It's a series from another channel that I moved over as massive compilations, and Tekkit SMP and Tekkit 2 are almost identical. They're on the same game version, and they have... Tekkit SMP has all the same mods as Tekkit 2. The only difference is Tekkit SMP adds a few extra magic mods. So if you run out of episodes in the Tekkit SMP series, which you're likely to, because there's only 8 plus this live stream, because I got really busy last year with Minecraft 2025 and had no time for anything else. But if you're looking for more content, that's definitely the way to go, because it covers like going to space pretty early on. And throughout the course of that series, I built an insane factory that automatically produced high voltage solar panels. It took a long time. We never like completely optimized it, but it did the job. It spat out high voltage solar panels, which was pretty cool. We had hundreds of them. It was pretty cool. Mr. Person, Senior Person, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening. We're actually about to probably wrap things up here as well, because we've basically completed our goal, which was to defeat the Ender Dragon, come back with an egg, we have the egg, and then start building a power flower on the roof. Now, granted, for some reason, in my mind, I was thinking we would like get more done. I guess I just sort of deluded myself into thinking we had a lot more EMC than we actually ended up having, and that we would be able to, in fact, build a full solar power flower, a power flower. Why am I not speaking properly? I thought we'd be able to build the whole thing on the roof and get it done with, but clearly we're not that close. Can we not get an energy collect? There it is. Okay. I don't know why that was being so goofy. I don't know why that was being so silly, but that's going to produce a little bit more EMC. It's going to keep everything running a little bit longer. Of course, once we log off, this is not a server, so everything will grind to a halt. Get me back up there. Take me away. Take me away. I keep forgetting to also bring the glowstone. The glowstone is not necessary for it to work. It's only useful at nighttime when everything shuts down. Also, are we anywhere near being able to... I think it's 25 million to build the transmutation tablet. So the question I was going to ask is, are we close to that? And we're not? Yeah, you need like massive... Yeah, you need a lot, actually. I guess it's closer to 2 million looking at it. But the dark matter blocks are going to be what stands in our way there. We're not quite there yet, but we will be. It's just, it would be convenient to not have to run up and down here every time we needed something like a glowstone. Get that out of there. Okay, there we go. That would be nice, but it's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. I'm glad we went to the end and we got this scepter, because it makes getting up and down a lot faster. Appreciate that. This is ticking away. Look, we're already back at another diamond, almost. Not quite, barely halfway, but a little over halfway, actually. So everything's looking good. Everything's working out. I can't believe we got this working. Pretty pleased with that. I'm glad. Didn't we have more objects, though? Like, I don't know where they ended up, but I thought we had more enchanted gear that we wanted to disenchant. I'm continuing the sentence, even though I've already found it all, like right inside of here. I don't know what an ancient tome is or how it's different than a regular enchanted book. Like, what makes an enchanted tome different? I can't read it or anything. I'm assuming it works in the same way. Maybe it works more than once. That would be kind of cool. But I have no reason to suspect that that is the case. So don't take my word for it. We'll tuck that back away inside of here. Oh my god, we had an emerald this whole time? Emeralds are worth an obscene amount. An obscene amount. Oh, diamond horse armor is worth 49,000. What have we been doing with our lives? There's so many items in here with high EMC values that we've just been skimming over this entire time. That is frustrating. I didn't realize, obviously, I didn't realize it. If I had realized it, we would have gotten rid of it a lot sooner. I don't need diamond horse armor. We can make more later if we need it. Duck all that away. Get rid of all this. Desperately do not need string right now. I could use another antimatter relay, though. Take the rest of that away. And then let's get to disenchanting all of this. What happened to my bucket? Did I condense my bucket? Why can't I not spell bucket correctly? Ah. Yes. Bucket. There we are. Cheerio, lad. Good job. Good work out there. Back to filling this thing up. Again. And then also, like, we've got to extract out of here. Oh, we've got, like, quite a few buckets of this stuff now. I was worried it was going to be super slow, and to be fair, no, it is. It is super slow. And for some reason, it's not automatically outputting. It might need to have some sort of pipe in between. It might not go machine to machine. That could end up being the problem. In which case, we would need to put, like, a fluid pipe of some type between them. But what kind? Obviously, this is an option. But we'd have to have, like, a pump. And I'm not sure if I want to do a pump versus logistics pipes. I don't want to. I already did logistics pipes on the Tekkit 2 series, which is... I mean, it's the same process, but I don't want to do it again. I don't want to. I'd rather not. I refuse. What about liquid? Do you got any liquid objects? I thought we had, like, basic pipes in this pack. It's not the name of it. But there are, like, some basic little pipes that you can build. Possibly they're in this pack. I just have to find them. I'm looking at the screen and I'm not seeing them, but I do see pipe wire, which sounds... Fluid pipe right there from Galacticraft. That might be an option. That could be... That might work. I don't know if that works with all fluids. I can't remember what the ones we used were. Network valve pipe? What? Project Red Transportation. Item transport pipe. Okay, we might need to look into... I don't think we ever did anything with Project Red Transportation. That might be something to look into. But I'm almost positive that there is, like, a very simple mod in this mod pack that adds some sort of transportation device. And I can never remember... Let's see. Transport... It's got, like, it's a super simple recipes... And it's not logistics pipes. Don't start with me, game. It's not like Buildcraft or additional pipes. Why can I not remember what it is? Liquid, fluid. Am I missing any other words for translocators? Maybe that's it. Okay, so these are translocators. That's the mod. If I look up at translocators. Really? Okay, no. Item translocator, liquid translocator. I'm almost positive... That sounds like it could be it. Do these, like, teleport the items, though? I thought there was, like, a pipe that went between them. I must just be misremembering how it works, I guess. Because clearly there's not. There's a diamond nugget. I can't remember what the diamond nugget is for. It's all, like, kind of coming back to me a little bit. Should we build one of these real quick? They're not very expensive. I suppose we could. In fact, we're going to. The decision has been made. I'm remembering these because I remember you can feed it different items to configure it in different ways. So we need, what, 4 redstone. Oh, we should probably sleep as well. Just to pass the time. We're going to build this, and then I don't know, we might kind of start to looking to wrap things up here. But 4 redstone. And then we need to add some ender pearls. 2 of them. Are we running low? Looks like we might be running low. 2 iron. I forgot that we were also in the process of trying to disenchant things. For some reason, live streaming. Did I not put the piston in here? I didn't. That's stupid. I should have done that. That's dumb. That's me just being dumb. I'll try to remember it this time. For some reason, I feel like I'm much more scatterbrained when I'm streaming as opposed to recording. No, I am. It's not for some reason, and it's not, it seems like. It is reality. I am much less organized if it is not a recording. Couldn't tell you why, though. We can put these... No, we don't need to do that. Okay, we got our piston. Piston's been taught to the system. Never have to do that again. And then, are we missing anything? 1 more redstone, because I guess we just used 1. And then our lapis. Lazuli. I think it was just the one that we needed. Well, what was that noise? That was in real life. I think maybe the power just clicked off or something, and the UPS kicked in. It was like a really loud clunk sound. I don't know what that was all about. Liquid translocator, though. Are you good? Can I move you? I'm gonna move you. So, can I have this be here? It's like, it looks like something should plug into that. Oh, heavens. How do you interact with it? Well, they're both engaged. I don't know what I'm doing. Output power to the right. Input from the left. How about that? Does that get the job done? Is that doing anything? I feel like there's got to be a way to configure these. I don't know how, though. I'm looking this up. We're looking this up. Let's see. Minecraft mod translocators. All right. Yeah. Okay. You know what's funny? You want to know what's funny? I've clicked on this before. It is purple. So I think we must have done this during Tekkit 2. Let's see here. Okay, translocators. The crafting grid, a placeable one-item crafting grid. The translocator comes in item and liquid forms. You place them on the side of an inventory or tank. They transfer items and liquid within the one block space. Oh, I see how you work. Okay. So actually, we need to put them with a space between each other, and they will translocate the items. So the problem with that is that I don't want to waste what's already in here. So we're going to have to, like, drain it. And actually, it'd probably be easy. Well, just put the wood there. We'll keep that one going. So we just got to feed water into this thing. And is it running? It is running. No, it wasn't running. It is running. If this is clicked, it's paused. Yeah. No, yeah, we just had it wrong. Okay, that explains things. So it is currently operating. And we desperately need to get something to automatically pump water. And there's plenty of different mods that'll do that. This is probably far from the most efficient way to do this. Like, not even the water part. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to moving the fluid over using these translocators. We're probably much better off using literally any other method. But we're charging ahead. Why wouldn't we? You know, why would we not? This is fun. You got a DC made. What depends on what that means, mate. Depends entirely on what that means, whether or not we've got one. Translate your speak to me. What is a DC? Is this something all the kids have? Are we talking about comic books? Are we talking about Batman? Is that what's happening here? Okay, is this thing... Okay. Go a little bit further. We're getting a lot more of this plastic, though, which is good. Yes? Good. Okay. So there's 50 left, and it's going to stay in there, and it's going to go into the aether. It's going to go into the void. Plop that down. And then we do the 2 of these. And then we make sure that... Okay, this is configured on all sides, because we just did that. This is configured on the 2 sides. So if I turn that on... Nope, hold on. That's sending. We want to... Oh! Look at it go! Look at the latex go! Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, a Discord. Yeah, we do have a Discord. Discord.howdyfolks.net. Pretty much anything you want to find is blank.howdyfolks.net. You can get on there, and it's pretty cool. There's some cool folks on there. So we've got our latex processing unit now is automatically pulling the light. Oh, this is wonderful. I couldn't be more pleased. Now we just got to worry about, like, you know, automating this. And also maybe getting, like, an item placer to put the wood down in front of the fluid extractor. There's probably other options as well. It wouldn't shock me if there was a better machine that you didn't have to actually have it physically extract stuff in the overworld. Also, we don't need any more plastic. I don't know why we're doing this. This is not one of our primary objectives. Whatever our primary objective is, this is not it. Also, I'm losing my mind. I'm going to stop doing that. We're never going to do that again. If we ever want to use that machine again, we're going to have to automate it. We're going to have to build a pump and figure out how to pump the water into there. I've made this decision. It's an executive decision. We're locking it in. I'm going to stick this back here. That will still work. Good. Stick the books back in there. And once it's full, it should be able to begin the process of... Is it because this thing is also going? I was going to say, what? Are we running low on energy? We shouldn't be. Unless we are. Unless this thing's... No, we're good. We are good. The lava's still going. Everything should be good. Oh, there we go. It definitely feels like it's taking a lot longer. I assume that's just because this only outputs so much power. Yeah. Yeah, it's like at full output, which I guess is 20 RF per tick. And this doesn't have a big backlog like it had before. But once all of those are extracted and that fills up, we should see this backlog start to fill in. So we're good now on the iron pickaxe. So we can go ahead and dispose of that, grab the EMC value for it. We're going to have a nice little selection here. We're going to have a nice little selection. Curse of Binding, Fire Aspect, Shockwave, Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3. That's a good one to have. Disintegration. Don't know what that does. Flaming Touch. I assume it catches things on fire. Mending, the best one. And then Curse of Vanishing, which, I mean, the curses aren't really so useful to me personally. So as this fills up, once we throw, like, let's say, that in there, I was going to say it ought to kick that out, like, immediately, which is exactly what we want to see. The rest of these are going to take a little longer because they have more enchantments on them. So this one has Unbreaking 3 and Mending, which is nice. None of these have just regular old protection, which is kind of what we were hoping to find around here. That's okay. So it takes one cycle for each of the books that it disenchants. Understandable. We'll leave behind the boots next. I'm just like slowly toting everything over here and throwing it in one at a time. Just trying to get enough for another energy condenser and I guess another glowstone. Go take that back up there once this is done. These are the boots. So we might... No, we're definitely not going to have enough. I was going to say this is an iron helmet. That's a disappointment. I think for some reason in my mind I was thinking it was another diamond helmet, even though visually it's very clearly not. That's all right. That's okay. We're not disappointed. We're not upset. We can make diamond boots again in the future if we need to. Wow! There's nothing in the Klein star. If we'd flown off like that, we would have died. I'm glad that I noticed that when we did. That could have been a disaster. Could have been an absolute nightmare. One more enchant on it, I guess. Which enchant is left? When on head, +2 armor. It says it's still enchanted, but with what? Oh, Curse of Binding. Did it say that? And I was just being extraordinarily blind to it, I guess? Probably. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Back to the top we go to stick this on there. So yeah, we are now officially out of room on the side of this one. So this one... Oh, hold on. What direction is that facing? Yeah, no, okay. For some reason, they're all facing in the cardinal directions. I'm not sure how we arrived at that conclusion, that that's what we need to do. This needs to be relocated. And then two of these can go to, I guess, either side. We got room for 2 more. We're getting... At some point, we're going to have a full-on solar flower. We're getting close to that being a thing. Hold on. How many diamonds are in there now? Okay, we've now generated 3 additional diamonds. It's all a tier 1 right now, but eventually it'll be a tier 2, and then it'll be a tier 3, and then it'll be several tier 3s, and then eventually the game will be ours. To do with as we please. We'll be able to break it in all kinds of fashions, and it'll be wonderful, and we'll be unstoppable, and then we're gonna go to the moon, and then... I don't know. Haven't planned beyond that point. We really don't need to go through all of these elaborate steps to get to the moon. We could have started this stream with the goal of going to the moon and likely been there by now. But we took a different route. We said, let's go fight the dragon, and then let's just be silly back home. And that's what we've been doing. We've been silly since we got back. Silly boys. We got this whole contraption set up for really no reason. Literally just so I could disenchant gear and get enchantments we'll probably never use. We did not need Nanosuit, but we got Nanosuit. We're not even going to have it long term. We're probably going to be switching over to gem armor once we have unlimited EMC. But it's you know what? When one plays Tekkit, one has an obligation to, not to anyone else, but to themselves, to experience Tekkit in all of its aspects. And part of that, you know, one of the classic things that you do in a Tekkit is you build the nanosuit. Doesn't matter if you need it. Doesn't matter if you can build something better. What matters is that you go through the experience. You build the nanosuit, you build the nano saber, you have it, you put it on an armor stand, you build gem armor. Maybe you go the extra mile. Maybe you do build the quantum armor. We might do that. Maybe. Look at the quantum wings. What even is quantum wings? I can't even view the recipe. Sounds cool. I'm curious to see how much faster this goes once this is full. This should take off. We should see a pronounced difference in speed because all of the energy, instead of going to... yeah, did that get noticeably faster? Yeah, this should now fill up faster. So when this one reaches its peak, the two of these should speed up even more. And then so on and so forth. But we are going to run out of energy in the thing beneath us. And eventually, we're going to hear the sound of a machine somewhere shutting down because it doesn't have juice anymore. Yeah, these are nearly full. I'm going to stand here until these are full. How are we doing? Oh, no, never mind. That holds an immense amount of energy. I had no idea it held that much. That is actually freakishly convenient. Cool. All right, that's topped off now. That is finished. Lava is still good. Should we put some charcoal in there just in case? Like, charcoal is so cheap that I'm not even really worried about it. A stack of charcoal is worth what? Yeah, 2,000 EMC? We might as well, just to make sure. And let's get some sleep. We still got to figure out... Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't change the angle back. My bad. So you didn't see any of that. I was just sitting there talking about things you just couldn't see. That's my bad. I didn't mean to do that. Also, my little pillow on my neck came off. Whoa, I can lean so far back now. It's not comfortable. It's not good. Put that back on there. Put that back on there. What I was trying to say is that as this thing was filling up, the the armor, once the helmet was full, all of these other things would start to fill up as well. Oh, awkward and embarrassing. Okay, that's all right. That's fine. What was I just saying we were going to do? We have all that topped off and running, and I literally don't remember what else I was going to say. But I think that pretty much does it for today. I was going to say we need to figure out why this thing isn't working, but I think we've given up on it. I just think it's not going to work, and that's okay. Yeah, no output, nothing. Maybe if we connect it up directly, again, we just add that bypass right there so that it can potentially feed power directly to other things. No, it's just not. Like, that up there is putting out a little bit of power, but for some reason, the solar panel just is not. It doesn't make any sense because the solar panel has sunlight. It should work fine with the copper cable. Why it isn't, I don't know. But with that in mind, we're going to break that now because this should still... I was going to say it should be outputting more power than it can take in because it's got to charge this back up, but it isn't? That's unexpected. Huh. Well, let's do the bypass then. There you go. So that should allow that to charge up a little bit more quickly because it's not limited by the output of the bat box. We probably need to upgrade to a new power storage device soon. We should probably just build another MFE. Or sorry, no, yeah, that's what we built. Did we build an MFE earlier? Is that even a real thing? Yeah, MFE. And then there's the MFSU that we could also build, but what a process, and we would need the MFE anyway, so we might as well just build the MFE. But that's going to have to wait until next time. I think that this has been a remarkably productive stream. We've gotten a lot done here today. We went back to the Nether. The portal doesn't work right. That's okay. We built a world spike. We got all of our machines set back up and running. We got new machines we didn't even know we needed, and arguably don't. We did the Nether suit, the nano suit, I should say. We'll have to build the saber next time because we did not do that. But the nano saber is also, I feel like, necessary. It's a Minecraft rite of passage to get the nano saber, and that's going to require advanced alloy, which we don't have any of. But this has been a special live broadcast of the Tekkit SMP Let's Play. Tune in next time, where we'll probably not be live. Is this episode 9? Should I just say this is episode 9? I could say this is episode 9. That would be fine. We could call it 8.5. Because it's going in the playlist. It doesn't really matter. It's a live stream. It's a special live stream. I don't know. I have no idea. Thank you all for watching. God bless you. And I'll see you later. Goodbye.